Dale and I hit a little bit of traffic on the way up here and sort of got stuck trying to get round the corner, so we're running a little bit late, but we have made it here. And look, Grubby always promises that it's 28 and sunny here, and after the last 2 weeks, he's actually not far off it. They've turned in a wonderful day up here at Galvin Park for past players, and before we go any further, let's introduce the man who enjoys today second only to the grand final day, Mr. Richard Grubby Cations. How are you, mate?
I'm fantastic, mate, and g'day listeners, g'day viewers, and tell you what, you've got to be here a bit late. It was 28 and sunny about 10 o'clock.
It was not.
But it's clouded over a little bit, but yeah, it's a nice day. It's warm. We don't need that coat on, Smithy. You can chuck that away. It's a beautiful day here at Werribee, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be a fantastic day. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a pretty good game too. Two evenly matched sides, both of them really wanting to get into finals. Bannockburn probably need to win to get there because I know Inverleigh have got a pretty good run home. So it'll be on for young and old out here today. They'll be going hard at the footy, and of course they'll be going hard at other things up in the past players. I think they'll have a pretty good day too.
Yeah, they will, mate. And you said you love the past players day, mate. And it's already a fair crowd, over there, mate. It all looks good, and I believe you've got a couple of people lined up coming for a chat.
Yeah, well, I've spoken to Prismal. He's not playing, obviously.
Yep.
He's coaching, but he wasn't, believe it or not, he wasn't quite sure of what the routine was. I said, look, if you get a chance, like I did to Lynchy last week, just come in.
Yep.
I've also got one of the past players, an absolute legend, probably the greatest legend of all time, the great King Billy Hudson. So he's going to come in and say a few words. I know he's half mad. You probably won't understand him, but just for a little bit of the past players day, we'll get in and get a couple of stories from him too.
And, of course, the voice of the GDFNL coverage here, Mr. Dale Smith. Whale, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, good, thank you, Spider. And as I said, a pretty important game of football going on here this afternoon. Not so much probably for Werribee, but definitely for Bannockburn. As I said, need to win 2 of the last 3 to be assured of playing finals football. If they don't get there, then it will be at the undoing of Inverleigh winning the last 3 games, which is quite on the cards.
Well, I disagree with you.
Okay.
I disagree with you. You say just for Bannockburn, Werribee Centrals lose today. And they got belted at Winch last week. They got injuries. They got blokes who are not 100%. They got a bloke out there that hasn't trained, and they've put him in. They're getting a bit desperate. If they happen, this is important because if they happen to lose today, then it's a must-win next week against North, who's never an easy game. And they got Thompson at home, which means they could finish 4th if they're not careful.
At least they'll be still making the grub.
Yeah, but 4th, I'm telling you now, 4th for Werribee, they cannot win it.
You don't think?
No, they have to finish top 3.
Yep.
Have to.
Well, I think on the way this year's run so far, I don't think any side can win it. I think in the top 3, they're the sides who can win it.
No, I don't believe so.
I know you think that Thompson have been pretty impressive.
They have, but look, they've got to. I said they have. They've improved so much the last 2 weeks, but they have to continue that improvement to at least get anywhere near East Geelong. East Geelong are my pick already. And Belmont, as long as they can adjust to the big ground, which I think their coaches are very, very good and they can, I think they might trouble them. Werribee would have to have every player in and every player well. I think East of the side, and I don't think 4th and 5th can beat East as long as they're bum points to the ground.
No, fair enough.
That's my opinion. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a real close series, but I just think they're too far in front at the moment.
They are, and you said they've beaten every side now. Obviously, they had the shock loss to Belmont in round 1, but since then they've Bellpost not dropped a game since, mate. So they haven't done anything wrong to really for me to disagree with what you've just said. So you might be right; they might be the side, but again, how many times have we seen sides go through the season sitting on top, undefeated, or you lose one game and out in straight sets? It just happens on a day. There's no second chances sometimes.
Well, you're right, because I think East have been very, very good the last 2 home and away series.
Yep.
And they've fallen over in the finals. They haven't been great in finals. I just think they've got different players now, a different coach, and I think they'll be able to counter that. But there is still that little cloud hanging over their head. It hung over Inverleigh's head for a long, long time until they finally broke the drought last year.
Mm-hmm.
But it is hanging over their head. There's a few players there, and it's not my go to mention these blokes, but there's a couple of players I reckon that played fantastic home and away games.
Yep.
That never got a kick in the finals and really struggled. So those blokes, they'll know who they are, and the coaches will know who they are, and they've got to get those blokes over the line come July, August, September.
And again, you look at their side, they're, apart from probably the last couple of weeks where they've had a couple of injuries, obviously McIntyre was down with concussion, but it was this time last year that they really had that really bad run, wasn't it? You know,
Yeah.
middle of the year they really got smashed with injuries, and
Yep.
it really told on it. You know, this year it hasn't happened.
No, it hasn't happened, and I think they haven't had quite as many critical injuries, and they have a lot more depth now to cover those injuries. And that's why I like Belmont. Belmont can lose 5 players out of that senior side, and the 5 players that come in from the reserves are as good or almost as the ones. They're so even across the club, and that's a big plus because a lot of sides will be a bit worried about injuries coming. Injuries can sometimes determine finals, but I'm not sure that'll determine Belmont's chances. So that's a plus for them. But yeah, look, East. I just think they're just playing too well. How in the world they lost that first game against Belpost Hill, I still can't work that out. And if they didn't, then they'd go through undefeated. But as you say,
now. They won't be now, mate. So, but you're right. It's it's going to be an interesting run. We've got 3 rounds to go now.
Yep.
And we do still have a live 5. So to
oh
speak.
my word!
You know, there is
Well, that's a
6 sides
good,
in it.
because usually by this time of the day, or even 3 or 4 rounds back, it would have been settled by now.
Yeah, well, and as I say, with Werribee's loss last week, we've actually got 4 sides under the pump, or in believe 5 sides trying to get him because, as I say, remember last year, Werribee looked like at one stage they'll probably just get into the finals and lost their last 3 or 4 games by 100 points. They just dropped the bundle, so you'd hate to see that happen. I wouldn't like to see that happen. No one would. But they're not safe, as I said, in 3rd position either. So, you know, anything could happen here.
It could, mate. And the reserves currently at the moment sees Werribee 8-8-56 leading Bannockburn 3-5-23. We've gone about 5 minutes into the last quarter. Werribee's 2's got beat last week too.
Yeah, they did. They probably didn't quite have enough players out there, which was strange because they had a lot on the list. But yeah, they went out there a bit undermanned. They probably thought they would still win, but Winchelsea just absolutely pumped them and they just put in a bad performance. And even this performance now is not that strong, but it's okay. But they've still got a few to come in as well. I don't know how qualifying is, what the thing is come finals and that. And there might be other sides that make the finals who have got senior players in. That can always happen to make it tough. But at the moment, the seconds are looking all right. But yes, they did get pumped last week. I reckon last week they went through losing nearly all the footy, nearly all the netball, and that hasn't happened all year.
No.
You know, I think Winchelsea A-grade netball's a very, very good side, and Werribee have lost their players and it's starting to regenerate, and I think that make them not quite make the 5. That Werribee won't play finals for a long time since they've done that in the netball. They've won a lot of premierships, and they've always been one of the stronger sides. And after last week's defeat to Winchelsea, I don't think they're going to make the finals either. So that was a bit of a turn-up for the books in the netball.
Well, hopefully we...
he's eating Dim Sims and trying to talk.
Hopefully we get some scores from the netball today, mate. We've been asking for them and they haven't come through, so...
Well, you know, Neville said we read the netball out. They are part of our league and we will do that. But for Christ's sake, if you're part of the netball and you listen at the moment, make sure you get the scores through because we can't read them out if you don't text them to us.
No, we can't.
I'll get the Werribee scores.
Yeah, we'll get the Werribee scores. All right. We might have a couple of games we're waiting, mate. See what goes on. I'm just getting the draw up now. First game we'll have a look at, mate, is out at Morton Power Oval, mate. Inverleigh versus Cryo, buddy. What are your thoughts on this one, Grub?
Well, I'll go to Smitty. I haven't got my book
Smitty,
open.
No, I haven't done my homework either on this one.
Oh,
but,
awesome.
Hello, Jigger. How are you, mate? That's the way.
Oh, I hate that.
What's that? Wesley Phillips just passing by, and we're just discussing who we're discussing, Spider.
Inverleigh versus
Inverleigh.
Cryo.
That's
Right.
right. Well, as I said, Inverleigh on their own path here now. They need to win games of football, and today I think they should win the game of football because Cryo over recent weeks have really fallen away. So that's probably disappointing. We spoke about it last week on air that they'd be... I reckon be horrified with the way their season has finished off. As I said, they did lose their inspiration out there, but unfortunately they haven't been able to find anyone else to come in from behind and pick that up, that level of, I suppose, competitiveness up and take them into where they should be in a winning position. So, look, it's a big job for them out there this afternoon. The Inverleigh were with the Thompson side last week for 3 quarters, but couldn't hang on in the last quarter. They were just overrun, I think, and probably just through weight of numbers. They need their better players to play well. You know, they need blokes up forwards. We saw Mason Dixon really start the game strongly last week.
He did.
But then I don't reckon he had much of to do after the quarter time break. Nathan May's got a couple of goals. McNally, which we were all impressed with last week, he was good. So they're going to need, as I said, they're going to need to play well. They will have to play well. I think they can beat Corio out there to hold their season at this stage.
Grub, you right now?
Yeah, look, I have to agree with you. I don't always agree with you, Smithy, but I'll definitely have to agree with you on that. You know, I think, and you got to give them a little bit of, you know, I mean, they lost the best player in the comp in this round, last round. This game last round against Inverleigh. And they just didn't have that, not just the playing ability, but I think the generalship, because he's not a captain or a vice captain, he's a coach.
Yep.
Right, Joel Bennett, and when he gets out there, he's a general on the field as well as a magnificent player. And after losing him, they've really struggled. A lot of the boys did step up a little bit, but you know, Toby as captain has stepped up, Blake Ash has stepped up, and as you said, the Gellenic boys and Destin Burns, really, really good players. They just haven't quite got enough to cover the loss of a great player. A big loss, Herschel Carr going overseas. He needs his bum kicked. You don't do that to a footy club. I know that. I mean, Thompson's different. When Billy Smets, they signed him, he said, look, I've got to go away. And they understood that. I don't know if Darren Bennett understood it, and I don't think he's that happy. But Inverleigh, on the other hand, they have to win. That 42-point loss against Thompson last week wasn't a great effort. They hung in there early, but it wasn't a great effort in the finish. They should make the 5, or can make the 5, because their run home is the best run home. But they have to beat Corio today, and it's at Inverleigh, and I think they will. And they probably have to beat West and Anarchy to get in, which if they...
Anarchy, they're Anarchy too.
And that'll be a tough game too. But if they don't win today, it doesn't matter. I think if they don't win today, they're in huge trouble. So I'm going to go for Inverleigh, mainly because they just need it more. Corio are on the improve, but they've dropped away a bit since Joel went down. So yeah, he's now, because Darren's given it away, he's now got a fair bit of work to do to get them back to where they were and forward. But no, Inverleigh for me today.
All right. Probably the game we might have gone to if we weren't here today. Belmont versus Winch out of Belmont.
Yeah.
Go on, mate. You're up.
Look, Belmont, some people said they were in a bit of a form slump at one stage. I thought they played one bad game, and that was against East, who were the best side in the comp. So I'm not sure they had a form slump. Here that day we saw them, they were in front all day at Werribee Centrals and lost at the end, and it was a great game of footy between two very good sides. What those blokes, Vermeulen and Walscott, have done down there is nothing short of spectacular. They haven't got any superstars that you have to pay big money for or anything. They've gone out, they've got some juniors, they've got some locals, they've got some experience, but the Evans boys have been there a while. Even Macaulay Harrison's played a few games, he's been there a while. And the blokes they've brought in, you know, your Sheriffs and your Brad Mitchells, what a good player he is. And they've just brought players in and they play so even across the ground. You're no good tagging any of those blokes because they're all the same, and they've just done so well. And of course, at home today, and one of the reasons we didn't go, obviously, today, because you don't want to see Cogsy. We take up all his car parks. It makes it hard for him. Winch, on the other hand, I tell you, they're still the fourth best side. Put it this way, if finals were determined on percentage alone, they'd be fourth.
Yep.
There's only 3 sides with better percentage, which tells us every week they are a good side. They play good footy. They've lost a few games that they should have won, especially early in the season. And last week against Werribee Centrals, they were absolutely fantastic. And if they come out and play that brand of football against Bannockburn today, against Belmont today, it'll be a magnificent game out there. But the fact that they've done so well, they deserve to be picked today. And of course, it's at the Winter Resort. So Belmont for me, just.
So we should see last week, Grub. Did you get any reports back on just the game itself from around here?
Oh, look, I did. I don't know whether.
I know you said they had a few injuries and things like that.
Well, they had a few injuries. The biggest one that came out, and I haven't actually followed it through, but sometimes you get sooks whinging. But, well, you do. And I heard that there was 7 or 8 blokes that had the flu and weren't at their best, and they had to play because of the injuries and whatnot. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not. If you're not well enough to play, don't bloody play. Get some fit bloke out there to play. But that was one of the excuses. But the other one is too, like last year. Last year, their away games last year, they got pumped near the end of the year. And I don't know why that happens. But the other reason was, from what one bloke who I spoke to, who knows a lot about football, told me, that one of the reasons that Werribee lost by that much is because Winchelsea were really, really good. And that's what you want to hear, really. Not all the injury excuses and all that. You want to hear that the other side was just too good.
Yeah.
And they were. And as I say, if they can play that footy today, they'll give Belmont a huge run for their money.
Well, obviously, during the season, they haven't much out of Caleb Brown, have they? Because he's been in and out of the side with injury and all the rest of it. But he comes in last week and kicks 3. So, obviously, with him back in there, Maloney in there, who was the other bloke that's been kicking goals from that we
Gould.
Yep, Gould. So, they've got some avenues to goal.
Yeah.
But, again, not having them there each week and being able to, get some unity amongst themselves makes it a little bit harder. But, obviously, they played, so during the course of the season, they've played some good football. And against a quality opposition last week, obviously played some really good stuff. So I think that obviously the contest today, Belmont, as we said, the boys out there, they play the game well. The Evans boys, they get involved in that smaller ground. They are a big influence out there. They make, a fair bit of difference. I probably think that this game will go down to the wire, but because this is at Belmont, they are a better side at home, and I think Belmont can win.
Yeah, that's why I went from 2. But that Gould, he's probably in a 3-way race to win the Wayne Tycoon medal.
Yep.
I think now. We'll watch one of the kids out here today, Saliba.
Yep.
Donohue's been playing mainly down back, so he's not been a goal kicker lately. And if they're fair dinkum about winning games, then, hang on, there's a Hall of Famer just walked past. Bombadil, how are you, brother? if they're fair dinkum, right, and Donohue's best at halfback, to make the finals, that's where they're going to have to play him.
Yep.
Herschel Carr's gone away. He can't win it. And Gould is only a couple behind. So he's a chance to win the Wayne Tycoon medal.
Look, you're talking about Cam Saliba's the one who's leading it now.
Yeah, I think he's only a couple in front, though.
He kicked
I think he kicked 3 last week. Gould kicked 4, I think.
Yeah, but Gould, so
he was 4 behind.
He'd be level with Donohue on 42
Yeah, he'd be 3
now,
behind.
And Carr
Yeah.
42 as well.
Yeah.
So,
Gould got 3 by this. So
Okay.
Yeah.
so he might be 4
So
behind
he's still 4 behind. All
Yep.
right.
All right, so...
The other question, just before we go, Sam Jones, is he in the Belmont side today or not?
Not that I know. As far as I know, I don't think he's played since.
Since the game here.
As far as I know.
He did. He come back, played. He did play, but he's not now.
Yeah.
He come back.
So has he redone the hemi or is he just...
I haven't... like I said, I've seen him. He come into work one night and he told me he was in that and he played that game. But, yeah, what he's done, I don't know.
Yep.
But he's definitely not in the side to play today.
Him and that side would actually make them very, very strong out at St Albans as well because he's just a good mover and a good user of the ball up forward. So he'd be that extra string to their bow, I think, out
He
there.
does. Anyway, corresponding game early in the season, North Geelong defeated Thompson by a point out at Thompson. Grub?
Well, North Geelong is so hard when you come to tipping because there's games that I tipped and I thought they could win and they didn't.
Yep.
And there was games I thought, I have to tip against them today. They can't win this, and they did. So it's because they've got a lot of kids. They're up and down. And I know I did it last week, but I'll do it again. I think a lot of credence has got to go to Peter Riccardi. Like Belmont, he didn't bring in superstars. He didn't try and go out and get great GFL players. He went and got some kids. He went and got some locals. He's got Tommy Swennerson there back. He's probably one of their best players. Blake Miller, another North Geelong junior, is playing good footy. But he's got them playing good footy, and they just fall at some of these hurdles. They probably can't make it now. If they only got beat by Bannockburn last week by about 9 points, I think. And had they have got across the line there, they'd be right in it. They'd be probably the same points. So, but I think they're a game down now with Werribee and who have they got today?
Today?
North Geelong.
They've got Thompson.
Thompson. So they have to win them too, and then the last game, which I think I got written down here. So no, I haven't. I'll put them out of calculations just now.
Yeah, so they're going to struggle because obviously they were up and about because of that factor that they can still make it.
Belmont round 18.
Yeah.
So then you go that same situation as they brought in blokes. You talk about the two Farzios now, obviously not big name players, but you look at the results during the week, and every week they're getting 5 and 6 goals between the two of them playing up forward. So that's a great import of players to come into your side. If you can keep bringing blokes in like that do what they need to do each week, and Pete's probably not asking them to do much more than that, but just to kick goals. And then, as you said, Blake Miller, I still think he's the best possibility for them to play at centre forward. But like last week, we saw Troop playing in the ruck. That's what they've got to do with Blake Miller because they haven't got the tools around to be able to cater for the rest of them. So,
you're right.
Look, they've been robbing Peter to pay Paul over the summer. I reckon Pete will make that a priority to go out and get someone with a bit of size they can play in the ruck, which will see then be able to release Blake Miller back and then become a second handy option to come in as a second ruckman. Look, they will trouble them out there today, and I just hope that they don't now think that, well, we can't get to finals football and we'll just let the season pass, because I know that Thompson will go out there with the ambition that they want to finish in the top three. So they've got something still to play for. So I think having said that, I think they win the game, Thompson. I reckon it will be maybe a 4-goal win. Yeah,
look, I agree with you. I don't know about the 4 goals, but I agree with you. I think they'll still keep playing. Number one, Riccardi's been around long enough to make them play the best footy they want to play. Yep. Number two, I just think if it had been 3 or 4 weeks ago, this game, I'd be close to going, North Geelong can win this. But I honestly do think Thompson have improved. These last 2 games that we've saw them, they've been good, but they've never looked like actually losing either game against Thompson or Bannockburn. They've not one point in the game do they look like losing. Okay, Pete. Not at any stage. So I just think their improvement and the fact that if Werribee fail, there's only one side that can go to third, and that's Thompson. So they'll be playing like they've still got a chance to get a top 3 finish, and that'll be enough to get them over the line today.
So does Troops yellow card? That's just a cool off, get off the ground?
No, it was a report.
No,
he was reported.
And?
He was cleared.
Okay.
Cleared.
Yep.
So
there you go. That's what I just want
to know. Couple left. Belpost Hill versus Anarchy. Obviously, Belpost Hill have won their last 2, Grub.
Yeah, Belpost have been pretty good. They've, as we said, lost a lot of players and then got injuries. Anarchy have been pretty good too. I'm going to go for Anarchy.
Dale.
Sorry, mate, I was lost in traffic there.
Belpost Hill Anarchy, mate.
Where's it at?
It's at Windy Hill.
At Windy Hill, is it?
Yeah.
Look, I'll just go quickly. I'll say Belpost Hill at home, but only by a very small margin.
And the final game is Geelong West.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah,
East Geelong and probably by how far, I reckon.
Yeah, East by a long way.
All right, Grub. You've got your one of your special guests in, mate. We'll let you do the introductions and fire away, mate. And
well, I'll tell you, we've had some pretty special guests in here, but none like this bloke. This bloke is Werribee Central's. He's not only one of the greatest players, except for Paul Hanley out there, of course. He's not only one of the greatest coaches, presidents. He's dry cleaning business, sponsored us for 100 years. They've washed and cleaned the jumpers. And, of course, we should be just focused on him, but his son played a lot of games of league footy. He was a fantastic player, young Ben. But I just wanted to introduce you, and I know he probably likes this name, but King Billy Hudson. Welcome in, Billy.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. It's a bit of a flattering introduction, I've got to say. My story is I was just too slow for my height.
Well, I tell you what, I do recall a story where you might have been the 84 grand final.
Yeah, I did catch him. It was. Can I elaborate a bit?
A little bit, yeah, why not?
My mate Gary Vaughan, I rang him today. I said, "You coming, Vaughanie?" GV, you know. He said, "No, I'm a bit crook." He said, "But that 84 grand final." He said, "You know what? I got knocked out that day." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Some bastard gave me a hospital hand pass." And it was me. So the Bannockburn guy ran him into the post. And in those days, I don't think they had padding on posts. So the old Vaughanie got knocked out. And anyway, I told the guy, I said, "Mate, we're going to win this game, this grand final, and wait till the last quarter." So I did proceed a number of yards with the left hand, and I proceeded to make him lie down for a period of time. So I felt good. Vaughanie was very happy, so was his wife. She congratulated me as I came up. No, that was great. It was a great year. We had those 81, 2, 3, 4.
Well, obviously a legend at Centrals, but you did play some VFA footy and were pretty good there.
Still too slow for my height. Played with Caulfield for a couple of years. Then I played with Werribee for a couple of years. And then I decided losing was not my cup of tea because Werribee were getting thumped in those days, if you would remember, second division. And I came to Centrals and, it was a lightning experience. Just to be able to coach young kids, and I suppose the biggest satisfaction was, kids who were just would have been without football, just had a hard life. But I think football made a lot of kids, and that was the biggest satisfaction I got as a coach.
Where'd you go wrong with Grubby?
It wasn't any good to start with. That's the problem there.
He wouldn't shut the F up.
Yeah. You're talking coaching. There's a big question around. And who was a better coach, you or Chuka? I reckon you, but you're a better coach than Chuka, weren't you?
Well, Chuka's record's better than mine. So, anyway, I know you give it to him all the time, Grubby. But, no, he's a great coach because I played under him for 3 years and I coached Centrals for, 3 years, I think. But it was 4 years, yeah. It's good. No, I had a great time and lasting memories and friendships, and that's what football's all about, no?
Absolutely.
Well, I don't know about coaching, but you're a better driver than him because he cleaned up the fence coming in this morning, Chuka. He told me not to say anything.
So what are you saying? Wherever the van goes, mate, there's got to be an accident prior. Is there?
It must be.
2 in a row.
Oh, no, he was, he's been a good, he coached post that era too. He coached again, didn't he? He went to Hoppers. And then,
Yeah, he went to Hoppers. I don't think he won a flag there at all.
Yeah.
Then he came back early 90s and didn't win anything then. But you did make a comeback in 1987 when nobody in Australia could beat Lara.
Yeah, well, I can tell you a good story about that.
Not when the night we went to the Lara club rooms and did that.
We decorated there.
That's out. I'm not going to say that.
No, it was very funny. The late Frank Howard.
Frank.
Who was my reserves coach. And anyway, he introduced me to this book. Do you remember when Australia won the America's Cup?
Yep.
So I read this book, and it was all about the psychological warfare of... They did things like played a band and went into their quarters where the Americans were, and they played the band and said things like, you're next, and really gave it to them, right? So anyway, I thought, this is fucking... Excuse me. Excuse me, this is good. This is good. This is good. So we're out here, dead set. We're playing Lara in the last game, and we're beating them. So I thought, well, we got to upset them. So I got the boys to run through their huddle at 3/4 time. And they went apeshit. They went off their heads. Anyway, they went in the rooms and abused me, and I was doing the presentation. So come the grand final, we got done, I think, in the second semi. Yeah. And then we were 20 points down with 19 minutes at the 19-minute mark, and we beat Belpost Hill by 2 or 3 goals. We killed them. So I went up to the Lara.
So Belmont. It was Belmont.
Yeah, we beat Belmont. The Lara guys were there in the corner.
Yeah.
So I went up and told them, you're next. They complained to the league, and they were just crazy. And anyway, the rest is...
I got a funny feeling I know who was crazy, to be quite honest with you. But you've come in a little bit late. We're going to have to cut this a bit short. Mate. The boys are on the ground. Mate, thanks for coming in, and thanks for coming and enjoying it. I hope you really, really enjoy the day today being part Central's past players.
Sorry, mate. Good to see you, and thanks for
Billy. The King, Billy.
Thanks for coming in. That's fantastic. So,
thanks, mate.
Robbie's free to say what he likes now for the rest of the day. Because Billy's dropped the magic, which is fantastic to see. Wow. All right, lads, quickly. Werribee's reserves have had a comfortable win. So, all right, Grub, we're going again?
Yeah, we're right.
Right to go?
Yeah.
Right, good.
What do you want me to do?
Nothing.
We'll keep going then.
I was just hoping we're going to get into this game now.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
We're not starting.
We're a bit early.
But anyway.
Well, I hope was turned off when Billy was in here. Jeez.
We're not quite starting yet. We're going to do a preview of this game, boys. As we said, there's a lot of importance of both. No, it's all right, Dave. That's all right. We know it's a lot of importance of both. So he does it again. Werribee, bit of a touch-up last week, it's fair to say. And Banno held on. They were probably 5 or 6 goals up over North, and North come home with a wet sail. So problems at both sides, Grub.
Yeah, I think there is. And before we go any further, we do have a young fellow to come in to give us a bit of a hand today. Young Jakey Morrell. Thanks for coming in, mate.
No worries at all, gentlemen. How are we all?
Very well. Dale Smith, Mark Spider Brady.
Dale.
Spider.
Seeing as though you were probably out there, you might be able to answer that question better than me. What happened out there at Winch last week?
Look, the boys I don't think turned up for the 4 quarters. They played some passages of play, but unfortunately I think the fight for Winch there just to get into the finals was probably a little bit too much for Werribee Centrals in the end. You can talk about injuries to the cows come home for any team at this stage of the season, but I'm sure Centrals will come back against Banno this weekend and right now in the seniors after getting both the under-18s and the reserves wins. So looking for a trio of wins for Centrals here at the moment.
All right, Dale, you want to give us your thoughts on the day?
Well, as I said, it's both sides. We've spoken about the importance to the Werribee side. And it's very important, obviously, for Bannockburn as well. As I said, their situation is obviously have to win 2. We think that Inverleigh will possibly go on and win their last 3 games, and they've got a tough task here this afternoon. They they go next week to Belmont and play Belmont at Belmont, and we know Belmont already beat them earlier in the season at Bannockburn, and then the final game they have Belpost Hill. But by that time, the season could be done and dusted, as I said. But they're going out there this afternoon with probably one of the youngest sides I reckon I've seen Bannockburn play with for a long, long time. They've got a lot of young kids in their side. It's mixed with a bit of experience in there as well. They'll need to be very, very good at what they do this afternoon. As I said, they are a side, and Ronnie tells me that they, when they're able to move the ball and run the ball, they are very good and very clean at doing so. But having watched the Werribee side over a number of times now,
Happy birthday to you.
I would think that they'll have a plan in place to be able to stop them and hold them up. And obviously, in doing so, would then cement themselves in that position they need to stay in, and that's the top 3, because I think it's going to be very important. We spoke about it. 4 and 5 are going to be filling up numbers, we think, from the most of the year, possibly. Definitely 5 will be, I think, with the Bannockburn and Inverleigh, because I don't know whether they go too much further from that point. But anyway, look, it's the game's here to be had and won. As I said, they need the better players to stand up. Fletcher Wilson's had I would think, a consistent season, but I don't know whether he's really had a real standout game. So it's important that he kicks, not just 1 or 2 or 3 goals. He needs to get probably 5 or 6 today to give them a real show. They've lost Kieran Fulton, obviously, a couple of weeks back. Kunchka's another important player. If he can get his hands on the ball and in range of goal, then he also can be very, very handy.
Luke Bowden out.
Luke Bowden, yeah, well, he's gone for the season, they tell me. So it doesn't look like there's any joy there either. So, look, they're up against it, I think, especially being here at Werribee. And I think from what I've seen in Werribee, I think they're going to be a little bit too strong and too good for them.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Obviously, I'll go for Werribee, but I'm not so sure. I need to be convinced that they've still got that football in them that made them get to second position and almost beat East here that day. I don't think they're playing that. Yeah, all right, might be injuries, but there is one question I did ask one bloke, young Josh McDonald, and I just asked him, I said, look, mate, I don't care what you do today. We need just one specky. He's given us 2 already. We need one specky for the mark of the day. And what mark of the day is that, Smithy?
The Routleys.
The Routleys mark of the day. So
The big man fly.
for the Routleys pie, and we just want one out of him.
Just want one. Even well, you've had a goal of the day for the last thing. You've got no sponsor ready till about halfway through the third quarter.
Well, I have today because it's the Hotham Hotel goal of the day.
Hotham Hotel. It's a Hotham Hotel player of the day too.
Double up.
Well,
Hotham Hotel day. Oh, I don't care.
Oh.
It's your job.
No, I forgot about that. Hang on.
He's changing his mind now.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
That happens a lot, mate. Don't worry. He's and when you give votes in, it doesn't matter because Grubby doesn't agree with you. He gives it to whoever he likes anyway. So it's all good. All right.
Athlete's foot today. Athlete's foot goal of the day.
We're about a minute away from start. Dale, I'll fix the clock, mate. It seems to be.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Now.
I couldn't get it working. That's why I spied. I was lucky actually to find the bloody thing today.
Well, I had to text him to make sure he brought it.
Well, I was already at work, so it didn't matter. If I didn't have it by then, I wasn't going to have it. So
Not much of a shock there, mate. He's not known for looking after the clock overly well, is he?
Grip.
He's not over. Anyway, we are about to get underway here. Bannockburn are kicking to the Grubbycations house end.
Yeah. Which I had to walk back from. You talk about Kunchka, Fletcher Wilson, no standout games, need some goals.
Kunchka's in the ruck.
Well, he'll go forward at some stage. I've still got a question mark on the Werribee Central's backline, so
Ready
let's
to
see how
go?
that plays out.
Rightio. Waiting for the siren.
Well, we do have the siren. Has sounded, and Ball has now been thrown in the air. Kunchka actually got the ruck out of there, then wins it back at ground level and kicks the ball into their forward line very quickly. So our first opportunity goes with Bannockburn. Ball runs free, goes towards the boundary line. It's heading out towards there, and Gibson's going to see it over the boundary line. Umpire will say, let's throw it in. The rustle of the ice.
Yep, we're going Werribee. Pepsi Max comes out.
That's it. We just finished off the Diet Coke, so we might as well get into the Pepsi Max now. The ball now with the umpire thrown back in. Gain Kunchka front position, takes it out of the contest, goes to Mayburn by hand, kicks around the body, goes back towards goal. It lands in the goal square. Now goal square, runs across the boundary into the forward pocket. It's going to be picked up out there. De Leon couldn't do so, was pushed over. Umpire said the ball is allowed to continue, and it goes back over the boundary line, so we will have a throw in.
So Grubby just mentioned before in terms of Central's backline that he's a little bit iffy at the moment. Cal O'Malley, who's been playing reserves this whole season, comes in for his first game. So just trying to strengthen that for Centrals this week.
So the ball thrown back in very quickly by the umpire again. Picked up by Alford, kicks back towards the forward line, and a mark has been taken out there. And I'm not too sure that is out there. Maybe Bailey Kelly.
Yeah.
And he is going to go back and line up for the first goal of the afternoon.
Usually wears the long sleeves.
So he's not the distance, won't be any problem here. And will come in from the forward pocket, kicks that goal. Approaches now, kicks, looks okay. He has got it. The first goal on the board goes to Bailey Kelly and Bannockburn. They move to one straight goal. They lead at Werribee, who are yet to score. We've gone just on 1.5 minutes. Morris Finance first got a scoreboard.
Pretty good start from the ruckman too. He got it out and the ball never come back this side of the ground. And just looking at it, Jakey, I don't think there's much wind here, so we might have a pretty even 4 quarters.
Yeah, normally just goes over to the right of screen into that pocket there, but it's pretty still at the moment. You can see the trees against the scoreboard. There's no movement. So a ripper day for football here at Simmel Oval, as we're just waiting for the ball to come back into the middle. Great to have Paddy Daly back in the ruck for Werribee Central's, out for a number of weeks, as well as Michael Culliver. You can see in the pink and white boots back into the middle.
Love the boots. Well, I thought this might be the way they'd get him, but obviously Kunchka won the first one, so ball back in the middle now. Daly and Kunchka to do battle. Daly does win that one down, goes to the aforementioned Colour, but he's dispossessed right away by Mayborn. Kerr comes through, tries to feed the ball out, stacks on the mill, dragged in. Umpire has paid a free kick. You see that one, Grub? Kerr handballs by to Culliver looking forward down the line. There it is, nice kick there to Saliba. So Carmelo Saliba, as we mentioned early, is leading the goal kicking here in the GDFNL. Well, about 3 goals or 4 goals at this stage. So
Well, Spide, you mentioned dragged in. Have a look at the cat dragged in.
Oh, no, Ray Ettridge has made...
The great Ray Ettridge has made his way down to work. Last time I seen you were in church, Ray.
Saliba coming in now, kicking from about 48. He's going to push it across the face of goal. Hands up, ball hits the deck. O'Halloran couldn't take the mark. Ball rushed through for a minor score. So wherever you move to that with that minor score, Bannockburn have the 1 goal. So 5-point the margin at the moment. So... Beardsall to bring the ball back in now. Comes out towards Jervy's. Nice looking kick.
It's a good kick.
It is a good kick. Connor Jervy takes the mark just on defensive 50 now.
He upset a few Thompson blokes last week too.
He did. So he ends up getting a long down the line in the Kunchka direction. Daly with him. Kunchka does well. Ball comes to ground. Flips over the back to Harding. Harding goes to handball. Daly does well. Gets the handball out there now. Goes to Mayborn. Mayborn feeds that one out quickly over the top to Giles. Giles goes across to Phillips. Phillips now for Bannockburn looking forward. It's a nice looking kick. Just swung away there from Kelly again. Goes out of bounds. We'll have a boundary line thrown about 40 around from the Bannockburn goal. Stoy's got the job on Kelly, Grub.
Yeah, he does. That's a pretty big job. Daniel Stoyce has only been in and out. He's had injuries. He come from Westbourne. Tell you what, wish his old man was out there.
Yeah, you keep rating his old man, don't you?
Well, only as a fighter. He couldn't play footy for shit, but...
So the ball's thrown in. Kunchka gets the front, wins it, but it goes as far as Carlton. Culliver drives, Werribee out of defence here. He couldn't quite get the hang there that time, but it comes over the back here. Porter does well, taps it along very, very well. Picked up their handball back over the top. Now Bowden driving... Bannockburn back, but only as far as Culliver. He's had plenty of the ball so far. That's not his best effort. Picked up by Camilleri. He's wrapped up in a tackle straight away. Good tackle there by young Sam Giles with a ball up, centre wing, right in front of the commentary box. So you can have it, Dale.
Before he balls that up, it's Aaron Ritchies, Sammy Chasson and Shea Hubie as the umpires.
So the ball down with Elzinger. He is tackled. Umpire said he...
Got him high.
held on too long. So Crennan gets the ball and goes a nice looking kick across the ground. So they have time to settle on the far side of the ground, over the top to De Leon. De Leon looking further afield. Leonard's out in space by himself, picks the ball up. Got his boot to the ball, so that was okay. It's worked nicely for them, but coming through there, Wilson looks like he's playing the other end of the ground today. So there's a bit of a change at both here. So Isles picks the ball up now, and he goes into their forward line over the top of Rathjay. Can't take the mark. Ball goes to the ground now. Actually went back and collected it, or tried to pick the ball up, kicked it off the ground. Worked okay to Battaglia, and he goes at goal and is offline through for a minor score. 1-1 to Bannockburn, a 1 solitary behind Werribee. Ball quickly into the back field of play, and it's going to be transferred now from the half back line and goes towards centre wing. That's a better look. Kerr's out there, and he takes the mark. So he's just on defensive side of centre wing.
He hasn't been bad for him as a first-year player.
No.
Hello, Nev, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Did you have trouble with traffic? The ball goes into their forward line, but that kick is going to not hit the target, and the mark has been taken out there by Bannockburn. So Bannockburn now with the ball, look to go back into the middle of the ground. Battaglia comes up, takes the mark, has a player wide, or he just transfers play across the ground. Handball goes back inside. Now the running player coming through is Beardsall, and that's a better looking kick into the forward line. Good movement of the ball, as we spoke about earlier on, and Rathjay now has a chance to go back and look at goal.
That was very well moved, wasn't it?
Very nice indeed.
It was Young who took that mark, switched it across. Jervis, away he went. I mean, we know Jervis is a class user.
Right, Neville's gone. We've a bit of a replacement.
So Rathjay now looks at goal, kicks on the way. It's coming back, but it won't come back far enough through for another minor score. 1-2 to Bannockburn now, 1 behind Werribee Centrals. Just on 6, almost 7 minutes gone. Morris Finance first got a scoreboard.
So, ball to be brought back in now as O'Malley chips the ball out wide. Maintaining possession now, deep in the back pocket again. So, Kip comes back in, finds Crennan. Crennan has a bounce running through, chased by Phillips. Bellswell gets a kick away, but it's ill directed over the back there. We find Beardsall again. So, Beardsall Bannockburn driving them back into attack. Nice looking kick there, good grab in the end. Playing on there is Justin. Justin goes in short, not a great kick. De Leon punches it away. Picked up there by Mackenzie. Mackenzie driving Werribee forward. Mungle kick. He goes over the top. I didn't say what you thought I did. I might have. Goes to Taylor. Taylor gets the ball over at the back there. Can't quite take the mark. Again was McDonald. Ball spills free. Oh, God.
He should have took that, McDonald. He did the hard work, used his body.
He listened to you, Grub. He wanted to take it one hand instead of his chest.
Yeah, but no, he probably should have taken it, but it was good ball movement.
Yeah, just you know, that's a grubby slip up that one. Anyway, the ball will be
No,
thrown
it's not
in.
a slip up. It's not a slip up at all. It's not a slip up. It's just when you mix your words up and when you're trying to commentate, it's not a slip up at all.
Anyway, ball coming in now. Halloran gets to the front, wins that one down. Headed towards the square, picked up by Saliba. Might have been taken high, but the umpire said no. Ball's come still free now. Knocked back into the pack, kicked out of the pack there. Picked up on the boot quickly by Werribee. Dropped by British State. It was Carlton. He's usually pretty reliable there, but couldn't quite hold that one.
I think he might have been going to take off because he thought there might have been a call of no 15. It was pretty short, but he should grab him.
Still got to take him, mate. Take the tackle.
I reckon Monty Carlton be here watching somewhere. G'day, Mon.
All right, ball thrown in now. O'Halloran and Bath. Ball comes to ground. Quick handball. Beardsall finds Jervis. He's wrapped up, trying to get rid of it, but in the end it goes back to Beardsall. He did well. Tips it over there to Marnie. Marnie goes long, finds Kunchka. Kunchka goes out wide now, controlling the ball down the outer wing here. Bannockburn. Nice looking kick down the line. So time to move. Up it goes again. Not the greatest kick. O'Malley stands his ground, takes a good grab. Had plenty of time there and turned it over. So short kick from O'Malley.
You talk about good ball movement, so was Bannockburn.
Yeah, good, yeah. So it finds Chesterman in the middle. Chesterman goes over top to Crennan. Crennan on that left foot, driving Werribee long, looking for Saliba. That's a great kick into space. Saliba doesn't let him down. So
I just think when they find Saliba up here on the wing, that's probably the wrong spot for him. He's got to be inside 50. He's not the one that turns and goes. Anywhere inside 50, he knows he's going to have a shot, and no doubt you boys have seen the bow and arrow a couple of times throughout the season for the celebration. So really looking forward to this. He's got great form coming into today's game. He's kicked a bag of 3, 4, 5. So multiples there as he comes in. Right foot, left to right, just over the goals. And Saliba kicks the first of all Werribee Centrals. And they get around him. It was great ball movement, as you mentioned, through the middle. And a nice contested mark there, went out from 35, 40 metres. And goal. And it's right back.
Who said you could take over?
Well, I thought I'd just jump in. I get excited when Saliba gets the ball. He's actually meant to be under 18s. So I'm the coach of the under 18s here at Werribee Centrals. And it was a hard fight and a hard sell to keep him, but you can see why he's there for senior football.
Oh, you don't keep kids that good in under 18s.
No, you don't. You got to let them go and develop.
Righto, one of you blokes.
Back in the middle, Kunchka over the top this time. Ball comes out, over the top. Mayborn left boot goes into their half-forward line. And that will work out okay. Coming out to meet the ball was Elliott. So he's going to turn and go very quickly into their forward line. Kelly out the back, an opportunity, but the mark's got to be definitely paid to the man in front. Yeah. That's what it's going to be. So is it Stoyce, is it? Yeah, goes across the ground, and a short kick will find his teammate out there in McKenzie. He's going to bring the ball towards centre wing. Out in front, Taylor over the top. Good spoil from behind. Ball has been taken away there from White, and the ball goes over the boundary line. We're going to have a throw-in, which will take place forward 50, or just outside forward 50. Bannockburn's attacking end.
That kick didn't really give Blake Taylor much of a chance there, did it really?
No.
A ball now thrown back in by the umpire. Kunchka again moves to front position, but taken out of Chesterman's hands. Tapped further by Carlton. Good game. Taylor picks the ball up, needs to use the hands. Did so to Chesterman. Shakes it off. And it's tackled, brought to ground. Umpire let it go. I thought that should have been a free
one or the other.
And the ball goes out the back, and Kerr runs inside 50, looks long, goes long, and is offline and through for a minor score.
I don't think he got into his back, actually. I think that was a straight-out holding the ball, wasn't it?
I thought so. I would have thought so. In today's game, the way they've been playing it, Grub, definitely
he ran 10 steps before he got caught. That's enough pride for me.
The umpire indicated he handballed it.
1-2 apiece here as we tick over just on 12 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter.
So ball to be brought back in now, long down the line. Phillips in best position to take the mark and does so for Werribee. So kicks a handball, it's a handball over the top there to Jervis. Jervis goes to Kunchka. Kunchka chips over the top looking for Harding. Harding takes a good mark and turns around and plays on and goes long down the line looking for Battaglia. And Battaglia takes the mark. 35 out. Swings in, centres the ball. It's a nice looking kick again. And Bannockburn now coast to coast.
Sam Giles, isn't it?
It is Sam Giles, wearing number 11. A couple of different numbers out there today, so people are tuning in with the change of jumper for Bannockburn. So Sam Giles comes in now from about 10 metres out directly in front. Chips that one straight through and gets the second for Bannockburn. They move to 2-1. They are leading, 2-2. They are leading Werribee, who are 1-2, and we have gone 12 and a half minutes, Morris Finance.
That was a bad mistake. It was a bad mistake by young Josh Sutton. The bloke got the mark, that's fair enough, but he just ran past him. Left him on an avenue, but then he held his hand. It looked like he'd done something wrong to his finger. I don't know, he's still holding it back there. Maybe it's dislocated, I don't know, but he made the mistake of not leaving his body between the bloke who had the ball and the goals. And he just ran down and made it an easy goal for him.
So back in the middle we go once again. This time Kunchka up over the top. Ball comes through, picked up, cleared away. This time Crennan emerges with the ball and goes long into their forward line. Saliba in front, spoil from behind. McDonald at ground level, left the ball behind. And Bannockburn now picked up through Bowden. His kick's going to go wide and out of bounds on the full. So the ball will come back with some interest, I would think. And probably in range for the Werribee side. Taylor looks like he wants to claim it. Saliba says, how about me?
There'll be a line-up.
Yeah, no, he's
take a ticket.
Cam Saliba's taken the ball anyway. He goes backwards. That was okay because the mark has been taken by Culver.
Only just.
Yeah, right there, Grub. That's all it had to be. And the ball now quickly into the forward line, but chipping in there, and the mark has been taken there by Young of Bannockburn. So they will be able to turn things around once again. So he's going to go across the ground here. Beardsall in space by himself and does that pretty regularly. Over the top to Jervis. Jervis' long kick goes out towards centre wing. And again, the kick was also very nicely placed, and the mark has been taken out there by Elzinger. So he now will transfer play and go long into their forward line. Outside, mark is taken by Giles. So some more quick movement and good movement from Bannockburn. Sees them have the ball in their forward half. Not too sure of the kicking ability of these young blokes, but he going back is like he thinks he can kick the distance. Hope he doesn't take after Dad.
I was about to say I wouldn't put his father would kick this just to, he'd probably hit that
light pole.
Having a shot at goal.
So Sam Giles, he has one for the afternoon, an opportunity to kick his second here. Elzinger a bit of claret from the eye. That's a nice looking kick, but unfortunately it is offline through for a minor score. Bannockburn to 2-3. They lead Werribee on 1-2 and 15 minutes have gone. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
Well, that blood down here at Werribee, that'd be an absolute accident.
Yeah, of course it would be anyway. O'Malley comes in, goes short to Culliver. Culliver goes back to O'Malley. Now O'Malley is dodging around, got nowhere to go, but gets around Alford, then chips it in towards the middle, and well taken there by Daly. Gets that one. Handballs through to Culliver, who kept on running. Now he looks down the line. Sleeve works to the front, puts the hands up, can't take the mark, comes over the back, ends up in the hands of Mayborn. Mayborn comes out wide to Kunchka. It's a nice looking kick. So Josh Kunchka now, true centre wing. Club room side here at Werribee. He just goes short again and finds Jervis. Jervis looking at use the handball of Mayborn. Now he's undecided. He goes short. It's a nice kick. Finds Phillips. Phillips now plays on quickly. Obviously that's the Dave plan. So ball's punched away. Hits the deck. Crennan was coming in. Couldn't get it. Giles gets the handball out. Ends up in the hands of Battaglia. Battaglia goes short. Quick little kick there. And that has found Mayborn.
Well, there's three of them there that could have found. And I think you're right, the first time coming through the centre, it was Zach O'Halloran. Looks like he's having a run on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting what they've done there. Daly's gone full forward. Normally, obviously, second ruckman comes to the bench, but trying to keep some height up forward there for Centrals.
Well, in Daly's case, I would definitely bring him to the bench because I don't think he's a forward.
No,
to be quite honest.
There's some ruckmen that are ruckman forwards. He is a pure ruckman.
Exactly. At this stage, he hadn't played the game.
No
for that
offence to
long.
him, of course, yeah.
That's why. He's got to learn.
Why not? So Rob Mayborn now for Bannockburn. Coming in. 45-degree angle. Looks okay off the boot. Bending around at the end there. The goal umpire says, I'm happy with that. So he has the third for Bannockburn. Has his first for the afternoon. Bannockburn now 3-3. Leading Werribee 1-2-8. And we have gone 16.5. Morris Finance, first quarter.
Very interesting to see Centrals. They are sucked up to the contest at this point. Even if they were able to get a disposal in their back half, Bannockburn has set up that wall right behind. And I think what's happening is they're allowing Centrals the extra at the contest and just waiting for the ball to bounce out and then getting some smart play and speed on the ball there.
Do any of you blokes know what that means? I don't.
Sounded very well.
I think we're getting some decent stuff today, except from this idiot. Yeah.
Ball back in the middle, as we said once again. Kunchka up over the top. Ball goes to Jervis and quickly puts boot to ball. Goes into their forward line. Kelly leads in the race for the ball. Tackled by DeLeon. Ball comes out. DeLeon now works hard. Had possession and tapped it out, but it went towards the boundary. Umpire says, let's throw it back in.
No, he's paid deliberate.
Oh, has he?
Yep.
Just thought that was a bit tough.
And 50.
Oh, wow.
Well, there you go. So what would have been a possible shot for goal is now going to be a definite shot at goal. And from the goal square, you would think that Bailey Kelly will have his second of the afternoon. No one's standing the mark even there, so no pressure whatsoever. He goes back, has his second, and now Bannockburn, they have their fourth. They move to 4-3. They lead Werribee on a 1-2 and 18 minutes gone. First quarter.
Deliberate.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't think so. Not from where I sat.
Oh, I'm not commenting on that at this stage. Jesus.
Give it a couple more
Pepsi Maxes.
Pepsi Max, as you might comment.
It's in.
Yeah, well, I think you just sort of force it out. Grub a look at the replay tomorrow and see what comes of it, eh?
I tell you what, we've been really happy the last 6 weeks because they haven't paid one.
No. Anyway, Daly and Thompson do battle. Daly wins that one. Comes to ground. Falls in the hands there of Culliver. Culliver gets another quick handball forward. Murdoch runs into it. Handballs over the top to Crennan. Bit much on it there. Very well done there by Thompson. Wins the ball back. It's a quick handball over the top now. Bannockburn running out of defence. Quick kick down the line to Mayborn. Just defensive side of the centre. He handballs it back in again. Oh, nearly run down there. Got the ball away in the end. Got a bit of free kick for a push. The umpire said no, play on. Falls in the hands of Battaglia. Battaglia on the left foot. Chips it out wide. Too much on it there. Leading up now. Ratchie tries to pick the ball up. Can't do so. Falls over the back. Murdoch again. Drives Werribee long again. Crennan the only one to fly. The shortest man out there. Did really well. Nearly missed the mark. Ball now spilling free. Handball over the top. Running down the line there. Kerr keeps running on. Now it goes to McDonald. McDonald on that left foot. Drives it very, very long with O'Halloran one out in the square. Goes over his head and has kicked a goal. Oh, the second on the board now for Werribee. They move to 2-2. Trailing Bannockburn 4-3, and we have gone 19.5 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
Was that McDonald kicked?
McDonald kicked that one, yeah.
O'Halloran was going to mark that, and then he all of a sudden turned around and looked in no man's land. But I'll tell you what, You come back to Tyler Crennan, who's 4'6". He has to fly. Right, he didn't take the mark, but he made sure the ball went out to a Werribee Central's player. That was great play from a little fella. But you can see both sides are moving the ball beautifully up and down the ground. And that second umpire was hopeless.
Umpire now throws the ball up. Ball out this time. Daly wins the ball down. Runs towards Crennan again, so he hits a little handball. Takes it towards their half-forward line. Coming through, again, not clear pick up, but this time Kerr did that nicely, went back outside to Crennan. Crennan went one way back on the right foot now. Kicks into their forward line towards the full forward spot. Spoils from behind, hits the ground. McDonald another opportunity. It's left go and touched, I reckon, just right on the line. So a minor score, 2-3 now to the Werribee side, 4-3 to Bannockburn. 20 minutes gone, first quarter. Like Tommy Bath this time doing the kicking in duties. No, it's not. It's Ryan Bowden that's doing the kicking duty. So he goes short and goes out wide. The mark will be taken out there. So Bannockburn now with the ball in their back pocket. Going to transfer play around that far side of the ground. Go out towards the centre wing position. Maybourne, ball comes to ground. The handball comes outside. They're going to win possession back through Maybourne. Kicks towards centre wing. Thompson leads in the race for the ball. Goes towards the boundary line. It will go over in front of the scoreboard here at the Central's ground, and we'll have a throw-in, which will take place.
Got about 12 seconds of footy on this side of the ground, Dale.
Well, just that little bit far across the other side, Spide, but that's all right.
Come the last quarter, we're going to need 20 seconds on this ground. On this side of the ground.
You reckon?
For me.
Yep.
So again, this time ruck contest, ball far side, clear away will be Culliver. He looks to put the ball back inside their forward 50. Good strong mark out there.
Is that Young?
Yeah, Ryan Young.
So Young now, he looks to go very quickly into their forward line. Nice way to kick. Saliba did that very nicely. Takes the mark, and he will go back and shoot at his second goal for the quarter and try and close that margin up once again.
For a 17-year-old, he's a seriously good kid.
Oh, yeah.
When we talk a lot about young Perkins and young Alzinger and Hose and those blokes, but he's a pretty good kid, this bloke.
Well, you don't come into senior football, mate, and he gets his 3 or 4 as he's supposed to do as a small forward every week. So that's all you can ask.
Because you get a chance at the Western Jets, who knows?
So here he is, Saliba comes in, kicks that goal. It's going across, but the umpire said no, it's held its line good enough, I think. And he will indicate a goal. So he has his second of the afternoon, and that will see Werribee move to 3-3. They trail Bannockburn on 4-3, and 22 minutes gone, first quarter.
You've just seen over the last 5 minutes just a little bit more direct there for Werribee Central, some fast play for the first half of this quarter. They were just chipping inside, trying to get some run from half back, and it wasn't happening forward centre. Now it's actually just a little bit direct. Handball, kick, and it's inside 50 and marks there from Saliba.
So, back in the middle now. Daly, Kunchka back on the ground now, so Daly to do ruck against him. They go, Daly goes early, gets a left-hander, it goes nowhere. Kunchka picks it up off the ground, feeds it out in the Alford direction. Alford goes on the right foot, Battaglia in front, but nearly chopped off there, done really well, gets a handball up, but it ends up in the hands of Alzinger, back on after his little claret. Finds Harding, Harding goes out wide to his brother. Too much on it, wrapped up in the tackle, brought to ground, ball spills free. We'll have a ball up, I think, about 50 metres around from the Bannockburn goal. We currently hold a 6-point lead here at Simon Oval. So Kunchka and Daly both make their way down. Kunchka gets in front, Daly reaches over the top, taps the ball down and goes after it, picks it up on his hands and knees, feeds a handball out to Carlton. Carlton tried to do the same again, but was chopped off. Kick in and out, touched off the boot, play on. Sutton brings the ball to ground. Could have almost thrown that one out, but he got away with it. Goes over to Stoyas. Stoyas goes long to Culliver. Culliver looks for, can't find his team up there. Chopping off was, is that Young again, is it?
Yep.
He's been good so far. So Young now for Bannockburn, drive them back into attack, does so. 2-on-1 situation, good hands there at the front by Camilleri. So take Camilleri now.
I think he come up through the under-18s as well, Jakey.
Yeah, certainly did.
So Camilleri comes out wide looking for Chesterman. Chesterman goes up, almost uncontested. Could have been a chop of the arms, free kick. The umpire said no. Saliba comes through without it. Picked up there by Carlton. Knockdown. Maybourne picks it up. Tries to feed the handball out. Cronin puts the hand up and knocks it over the boundary line. But boundary line throw in here. Bannockburn's attacking side of a centre wing. Clubber inside of the ground here.
Might have been just a touch stiff there, Chesterman.
Yeah, I think it might have been a free kick there myself, mate. So Daly and Kunchka do battle. Kunchka gets in front, taps down with Mayborn. Goes too far passing. Kirk does it well, gets a handball over to Chessman. He goes to Carlton. Carlton feigns the handball, drives the ball long down the line. In front, ball comes to Graham McDonald. Take without it, and he made sure the umpire's seen that one. So Marnie was a bit stiff there. But anyway, McDonald now driving Werribee long in attack. Back there flying, ball comes to ground. Can't quite be taken. Picked up there by Elzinger again. He'll use his pace, throws on a left boot, drives it long down the line. Nice looking kick out in front of Harding, but he's pushed off the ball, picked up there by Stoyers. He gets a handball out wide, another quick handball forward. Murdoch's going to run onto this one, does. Handball's over the top again here. So Young tries to run onto it, but he's dispossessed. Murdoch wins the ball back again. Goes long week for Kerr. Kerr will be pushed out there. The umpire said no, but Saliba throws it on the right and has his third for the quarter. And the fourth for Werribee. Scores all tied up here, 4-3, 27 apiece, and we've gone 25.5. Morris Finance, first quarter.
I must say, it was pretty good umpiring. Young Kirk, I reckon he propelled himself forward and the umpire wasn't stooged. But there's your mate again, Saliba. Jake.
No worries, Grub. Saliba just popping up there. Couple goals this quarter. Gets Centrals on even par now. 4-3, 27, 25, 26 minutes played this quarter. It's going to come down to see who can win it in the last couple of minutes here, boys.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. This game here, the games we've seen here, do they seem to be decidedly better to watch than the games we've seen elsewhere?
I think players, definitely when they're playing the style of football it's good. Carlton tries to get the ball out there, goes to Crennan, and again, he's going to emerge and go quickly into their forward line. Kick a little bit too much on it, I thought, but Taylor did that very nicely. Takes a mark about 15 out from goal, and he can go back and put the Werribee side in front.
Tell you what, I think Tyler Crennan's got leather poison in here.
He has today.
Crikeys.
So Blake Taylor from 15 metres out, I reckon, and pretty much directly in front of goal, goes back, chips at the ball, umpire does not move. They have another, that's their fifth of the quarter. They're 5-3, they lead in Bannockburn on 4-3, and as we said, just 26.5 minutes gone, first quarter.
Boys, it was just about weathering the storm there for Werribee Centrals for that first three quarters. Now they're starting to put a little bit of attack on the scoreboard and looking ahead, a goal ahead, 5-3, 33 to 4-3, 27. And this is the quarter that the Centrals wanted, not the first half. They've certainly turned things around here, and they're direct there, and Crenna's running hot, and also Murdoch as well off the half-back has had a really good 5-6 minute period here for Werribee Centrals.
So
yeah, I'll agree with that. I've got no problems with that.
Back in the middle. O'Halloran's back in there again, but Kunchka stands his ground, wins that one. Chesterman and Jervis fight for the ball. Jervis kicks the ball off the ground. Running out, he's leading the race, pick up his own kick, does really well. Handballs the ball forward. Umpire, what's he going to say about this one? It's not going to go out of bounds.
It's got to be deliberate. It's got to be deliberate.
And the umpire said...
That's the way they're going to play it, isn't it?
No. He has paid it, the umpire down there. Has he paid it? Oh, I don't know.
I just see Chesty there. He gets grabbed. Right, and he sort of puts the hand up wanting a free kick. Forget about that. Just keep going for the footy. If the umpire's going to pay it, he's going to pay it whether you stop and ask for it or not.
Play to the whistle.
Yeah.
Right. So O'Halloran and Kunchka to do the ruck battle again. O'Halloran wins that one down. Tapped forward there by Bannockburn. Coming through, quick handball out of the pack was really, really good and clever. Stand his ground. Who's this throws on the right boot? That is...
Harding, I think Brody Harding.
Is that Brody Harding? It was Brody. So Harding gets his first. Tie scores back up here to 5-3, 33 apiece. We've ticked over 28 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
You've got this problem with the back line, and I've harped on it and harped on it and harped on it. They seem to get sucked into the ball, and many times in the games we've watched, and in that situation there, they've left three Bannockburn fellas just standing there. It was a matter of if he didn't get it, someone else would. So they've got to tighten up, and when the ball comes in like willy-nilly, they've got to man up. They have to have a man, or these blokes are going to have a field day. They have to tighten up on their forwards, and I reckon that's the problem I've been talking about all year.
So we're back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. Halvin in doing some ruck work, and Kunchka has done that wall for Bannockburn. Gets that tap around, tap away again. Ball goes back. O'Halloran's the first to get the ball. Clearance goes out wide. McKenzie leads in the race for the ball. Hotly pressed there by Harding. Ball comes out of that contest. Chesterman's there, but also Crennan. He picks up on the right boot, goes into their forward line. A little bit too much on that kick, goes over the top, runs back towards the boundary line, still in the field of play. Saliba, I think, came out, had it, and then went back and got the handball back again. High kick going into the forward line. Bass there. Ball gets out the back. McDonald left it for his teammate, and that now in the hands of, I think that's Wilson. It comes from the defence, kicks out towards centre wing.
Paid.
And the umpire said there's a push. And that's
Down the ground.
That's the umpire 100 metres away. So that goes back now, and Phillips is the recipient there. So he kicks the ball and goes into their half-forward line. In front, Cook's got a good pair of hands. Wants to get the ball moving. Over the top he goes, and that's nicely done also to Harding. Looks up, goes quickly. Kick, well, didn't have the height on it, but it's picked up out there. O'Malley got the handball outside, goes back, and it would be picked up by Sutton. Put himself under a little bit of pressure, stays in the field of play. Kunchka happy enough just to see it run over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in once again.
And I'll go a bit further than that. If you're on a bloke in the back line and you're on him and he beats you, that's just too good. He's too good. But if you're not on him, you can't beat him.
So
I think Harding's a bit quick for Sutton at the moment.
So the ball from now, Kunchka taps the ball back to the front of the contest. Jervis picks up, delivers the ball back to the top of the goal square. Ball comes down, it was picked up, and it's still there. Kelly's trying to force his way through, but there's too many Werribee players around him to get through. Umpire will call it back. Throw up, or a ball up late in this quarter. Right at the top of the square, Kelly doing the ruck work. But O'Halloran knocks the ball out. Comes, and it's going to be picked up. Chesterman lays a strong tackle. And again, ball will be thrown up once again.
Just as I was talking about before, fellas, Bannockburn, 3-4 players are outside this contest. So Central's got the extra.
Ball now, O'Halloran from that ruck contest. Kicks back, Alzinga didn't take it cleanly. It's going to be emerged, comes out at there, Stoyers.
High fend off.
That number, that was quite even, that there. But it's going to come back. Recipient of the free kick. Bannockburn with a late opportunity here, I would think. We ticked over 31 minutes. So Cam Elliott will have a shot at goal. 25 metres out. Again, not much of an angle to worry about here. So Elliott now steps in. Looks at goal. Kick is on the way, but it is offline and through for a minor score. So that point will be the margin at the moment. It's 5-4 Bannockburn, 5-3 to Werribee, and we have gone just over 32 minutes.
O'Malley brings the ball in, goes out wide. Not a great kick. Harding put the hands up, couldn't quite take the mark, punched away, and the Banjoy is thrown about 60 metres around from the Bannockburn goal. As I said, we've gone 32 minutes here, so 10 goals kicked.
Well, you'd expect that, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kunchka and O'Halloran about to do the battle. Kunchka works his way to the front. Could be a free kick there for a hold. Umpire doesn't pay it. Falls in the hands of Phillips. Phillips sends it in. His kick smothered off the boot. He goes back and gets it again. Has another go. Smothered again. There might be a free kick there. The umpire said yes, there was.
Trailing umpire again.
Yes, trailing umpire again.
But I think he got it right.
So Brodie Taylor now for Werribee. On half-back, looking at options.
Oh, I don't know.
Goes out short, not a great kick, ends up trying to get it back again. Rathbue coming through, but Taylor does well. Hacks it out in mid-air, but only as far as Thompson. Stevenson. So Thompson now for Bannockburn, driving them forward. In front here is Sam Giles, puts her hands up and takes a fantastic grab.
They're my girls.
Yeah, I know.
Hello, Murph.
Yep. So Sam Giles has one for the afternoon. Siren is sounded here, so currently Bannockburn 5-4, leading Werribee a 5-3. Sam Giles will be kicking from about 40-45, probably on a 30-degree angle, so not much worth worrying about. Coming in, kick is not great at all, so the
Kicks
score
like Rob.
will remain. That was more like Rob. The score will remain Bannockburn 5-4-34, leading Centurions here 5-3-33. Some goal kickers, please, Dale.
Yes, first quarter sees Saliba with 3, one each to McDonald and Taylor, and for the Bannockburn side, 2 to Kelly, one each to Maybourne, Brodie Harding and Sam Giles. Take a short break, come back, and we'll have Grubby. First quarter action, you listen to 94.7 The Pulse.
Jake.
You're home. And Jake, your local football.
Over to our listeners and viewers before we get to Grubby and Jake for their thoughts on the first quarter. Around the ground scores, Inverleigh 6 straight 36 leading Corio 5-1 31. Belmont 6-3 39 leading Winch 3 behinds.
Wow.
Thompson 5-5 35 leading North Geelong 4-1 25. Bellpost Hill 3-2 20 leading Anarchy 2-3 15. And East Geelong 7-6 48 lead Geelong West 1-1 7. Gents, thoughts?
Well, for a start, we've got a couple of close ones around the area, which is a pretty good
games.
thing. I don't know what it is. Maybe the fact that it's always 28 and sunny down here, but we seem to get some really good games here. We see games on the other grounds, and they're good games. But this is a terrific game again. Belmont Lions, the East Geelong game was a ripper, and at the moment, this is really, really entertaining. Werribee look really good when they move the ball, and they move it very well. Then all of a sudden, Bannockburn move it just as well the other way. It's just a good game to watch. I think it's going to be a battle of the forwards. Young Saliba's kicked 3. He's done a pretty good job. Mackenzie's got a bit of the ball. McDonald's looked dangerous, but he hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't taken that specky yet either. So, Callum O'Malley in the first 5 minutes, I thought, what's he doing out there? He shouldn't be out there. He's got no idea. But then he settled, and he done a few nice things. So he's done well. Tyler Crennan, he's got leather boys, and he's best on the ground by a mile at this stage. Tate Camilleri has been good down back. Kirker's done a few nice things. He probably doesn't quite finish things off yet, but he will. And I think they need more out of Chesterman. I think he's one of their main men. If they're to get up and win this today, he's got to probably get himself in a bit more. With Bannockburn, well, they've had some really good players. Beardsley's been pretty good. Callie's been dangerous. Giles has been dangerous. Luke Young's been fantastic. And the big bloke, Kunchka, who's technically a centre-half forward, he's gone out and done a really, really good job in the ruck. Up to you, Jake.
Yeah, I'm very interested in terms of Central's backline, as you highlighted a little bit earlier in the broadcast. Rory Harding is on Josh Sutton. And I just think when the ball hits the ground, Rory has so much pace and agility to get past Josh, and we've seen him bypass him on the wing here as well. So I'm going to be interested in both ends of defence. Can Bannockburn hold down Cam Saliba for the remainder of the day, and can Werribee Central's defence hold up with a couple of holes in there at the moment? As a point the difference as we head into the second quarter, boys, and this is going to be a good one.
We hope so. We hope it continues because, as
Yes.
I said, it's what we like to see.
It's just been free-flowing, hasn't it?
Yeah, if you're going to watch a game of football, it's something you want to see. And as I said, both teams seem to play a similar style here today. So that has been very positive, and let's hope it continues.
We've got 3 best on the grounds today,
Have we?
Yeah, we've got ours, we've got Alan Stewart medal, and the past players best on the ground.
So the ball now from the middle of the contest. It looks like Daly, or they've got a bad bounce there, so it's going to be Bannockburn. Alzinger leads with the race for the ball.
That's a quick quarter.
That's all over. In the hands of Culliver, and he goes long into their forward line. Then front, Saliba, ball comes to ground. Yep,
Oh, he's got
probably
one.
just a little touch in the back there.
I'm going to be a bit... I don't know whether it's better.
You can't be a backman anymore, Grub. You know what it's like.
I
You can't
don't know.
touch him.
I don't know whether I'm a bit stupid now. This is a stupid comment, but the siren's gone. Then the siren rang again. I think the umpire should stop the play and ball it up when the second siren goes 3 minutes into the quarter.
The third quarter?
Yeah, I think he should probably stop that and go, hang on, let's just stop this because it's given Werribee a bit of an in here.
So Saliba now has 3, lines up. That kick starts right. It's coming back. It won't come back enough. And the ball will... No,
not
it hasn't
gone through
yet. It's going to be underneath Kerr. And he is being held up. So the ball
Hello,
is
Jan.
just outside the goal line.
Good.
So ball now thrown up by the umpire. Ball comes to the hands of... I don't know how it missed from there, but he did. It went straight across the front of goal. Hadn't even scored. And will be able to throw in, which will take place in the forward pocket about 20 metres around from goal.
Right in front, 20 metres around.
Yeah, that's the definite wayward kick.
Well, it's all right. He's only their highest paid player.
Halwyn now comes in. Throws the ball from the umpire. Comes out the back. Picked up out there. Cleared away by Bath. Goes back towards the boundary line. Culliver leads in the race for the ball. Picked up out there. Camilleri goes back to Culliver on the boot. Goes into the top of the goal square. Spoil from behind. No, a mark has been taken.
Good
and
mark
the handball
too.
comes out from Bath. Bath goes on to Maybaum. And they run from the half-back line into the hands of Alford. Kicks out wide. Looking towards Giles. Bounced. Didn't favour him. Tackled. Ball goes over the boundary line. Going to have a throw-in which will take place out there. And that is not too far from where we sit here.
Oh, there's another score came in too. In the cricket, they're 1 for 131.
Chasing.
266 by the Mumbai Indians. They love their cricket, those players. They
doesn't
just
matter if
love
it's
it.
raining here, mate. They'll be out there
Oh,
playing.
my word.
So the ball thrown back in. This time ball comes out the back nicely to Crennan. Looked to get the handball away. He was held up, and umpire said, I'm not too sure he had prior, but maybe. Took a step or two, and that went back to Fletcher.
If he had prior opportunity, Smithy, I'm not here.
Yeah, no.
What happened there?
He didn't hand the ball back on the full grub.
Bounced.
Fletcher Wilson just let it bounce in front of him. So now he's
You
been
get a
given
doubtful
50.
free kick, but you cannot be undisciplined and give away that 50.
So Wilson, will he line up for goal? No, he won't. He'll go short. Rathjake didn't quite get to the ball. Thompson came through. He lost it back as well. Goes towards to Carlton. Hand side now to Culliver. Went looking for his teammate and picked up by Alford of Bannockburn. Goes back in line. Daly in the right position. Goes back and takes a strong mark.
Well, so he ought to.
So
He's 6
Daly
foot taller than everyone.
Yes, transfers play across the ground. That kick also effective. Goes to McKenzie. So he's now looking to set things up. So he's going to go backwards and at a fair way back, but Camileri's in the back pocket by himself. So they transfer play nicely so far. McDonald moves himself well up the ground on the left boot, goes towards centre wing. Stoyers out there looking for the handball over the top. Running player there is Gibson. Comes back inside in his right boot. Kick again back towards Daly and a nice kick. So they move the ball very nicely to their attacking end of the ground.
Turned out to be a good
past was
transfer,
Taylor, but it was into the hands of McDonald who accepted it. That kick was poor. And standing in the road there is Jervis. So Connor Jervis for Bannockburn will go short to Bowden. That's Ryan. And he is now just on the defensive 50 line.
Yeah, mate. Good.
Was going to come out wide there, but decided against it, and he goes now over towards centre wing. In front, Kelly is there, pushed out by De Leon. Stoyers is there, got the handball out to Gibson, goes over the top. Teammate there is McKenzie. His handball put Stoyers, McKenzie under a bit of pressure, and the ball has been knocked over the boundary line, so we will have a throw-in, which will take place pretty much on centre wing.
They're not always good transfers, as you call it, Smithy. It went a long way back, but it turned out to be a pretty good one, that one. It opened up the other side of the field.
So Daly and Kunchka now. Ball thrown in. Kunchka gets in front, wins that one down. Well, down to Elzinger. Elzinger on the left boot goes long. That's a great kick in the end. Good mark.
Good mark.
Very good mark there. So Kelly here.
He's going all right, Kelly.
Yeah, he is. He goes in short, spears it in. That's a wonderful kick. Strong lead, and Ratchie takes the mark.
Geez, they had two leads going there, and Central's defenders went to one and couldn't cover the other.
Oh, yeah, we've got a telly watching here, around the body.
Yeah, I know. So Ratchie with the modern way, the Stevie J way. Plays on, throws on the boot, hooking round, and has got there. Was it touched on the line? No, the
it's a
umpire
goal.
says no.
It's
That's
a
a
goal.
goal. Bailey Ratchie has his first for the afternoon. He has the sixth for Bannockburn. They moved to 6-4-40, leading Werribee, who are 5-3-35. We've gone just over 5 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
Grubby, we've just talked about the back line of Centrals all day so far, and as you mentioned, Cal O'Malley was just in two minds. Do I go to this one? Do I go to that spot? And Bailey was able to come out, take the mark. He's come up from under 18s last year as well, so a little bit of youth coming ahead here for Bannockburn so far.
Yeah, you're right, but I do think as well, we've got to give some credit to Bannockburn. They worked their way into the forward line that way very, very well, and it made the back line at Centrals have a lot of trouble with that.
So back in the middle we go. Ball comes out of the contest. Jervis comes from the centre of the ground and looks to deliver the ball into their forward line. That's a nicely weighted kick out the back, picked up there. And it was done nicely by Sutton. He lost the ball, and it now goes further afield to Murdoch, who puts the ball in the air, but again, standing under it was Jervis. I'm not too sure why he moved that way, but I didn't hear the call. Ball goes back into their forward line. Gibson comes out. Murdoch's also there. Now at ground level, ball picked up. Handball goes out towards Ratche. He picks the ball up, but he steps over the boundary line, and we will have a throw-in which will take place. Plenty of pressure out there on the ground.
I think you've got to work a bit harder. There's three Bannockburn players here. You've got to work to get to where you reckon the ball's going to go.
Not too sure what happened there. All players are up and about. So ball thrown back in by the umpire once again. Out the back, Daly knocks it down. This time Mayburn tries to get through the contest. Didn't succeed. Picked up nicely by Daly. Got down, gave it to Culliver on the left boot. Goes back towards centre wing. In front, Young. But coming
Jesse
through,
Patterson,
that's
is
nicely
it?
done. Jesse Patterson goes across the ground, and he has a player out there in Camilleri. So he can now run and carry the ball. Goes into their forward line. Kerr's out in front. Spoil from behind. Ball comes to ground. Kerr just kicks the ball off the ground. Now it's going to be in the hands of Bowden. Gets around one. A little bit of candy. Goes to the centre wing, but Camilleri read that nicely and slips in and takes the mark. So Camilleri wants to continue now, and he wants to go quick and goes back towards the goal square. Ball gets out the back. Kerr's an opportunity. Runs onto it, picks it up, and kicks the goal. He's first of the afternoon, the 6 now for Werribee. They move to 6-3. They trail Bannockburn on 6-4, and we have gone 7 minutes. Muckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
Well, first of all, I can't believe they've found enough money to put nets there. Because he kicked out that hard. I could have got another footy at my joint there. They could have bounced over and over and over again. I want to make one point. Jesse Patterson, he hasn't been training or anything, as I said earlier in the game. Look, a fit Jesse Patterson, I'll promise you, would be the best player on this ground. One of them in the comp. So they've obviously decided to use his nous. Now, whether he can run the game out, I'll never know. But good play there. And again, they move the ball very, very well.
So back in the middle now. Kunchka and Daly. Daly wins that one down out here towards Leonard. Leonard as well gets a quick kick away, but only as far as Elzinga. Elzinga throws the ball on the left foot now, driving Bannockburn forward. Contest to the ground. That's been taken at the back there by Gibson. Done really well. Gets it out to Culliver. Culliver's worked his way into this game very, very nicely. He goes back in short again.
Back to
Gibson takes the mark. So inside the centre square here. Gets a handball away. Murdoch now. Driving forward in the Kerr direction, gets in front, leaps, can't quite take the mark. Young at the back, Sharks off the pack, just drives it back long. Pack for me again, Murdoch did well, couldn't reward him by taking the mark. Quick tap out, finds Crennan. Crennan now for wherever he goes long again. That's luck's of fortune, I suppose, lands in the hand there of Taylor. Taylor plays on really quickly, goes out towards Saliba, but chopping out in front there's your man, Jesse Patterson.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, I think he probably should have left it for Saliba the way he's kicking goals, but...
Would have tested the hamstrings, Grub.
Yeah. Well, we saw him last year when he was playing, and the last game he played, he did both hamstrings at the same time.
Oh, yeah, no bugger that.
And he said, that's it, never again, after coming from being a pretty good player at Darley and Werribee VFA. But he's lobbed up the first game of the year, even though they were short in the twos.
So Patterson, very tight angle, kick from about 35 out, comes in, deliberate attempt. Goal umpire stands his ground, says no, that's gone through for a minor score. So Patterson
looked all right to me.
Yeah, it looked all right for me. It looked all right side on. So scores are back being level again, 6-4, 40 apiece. So ball brought back in quickly there by Beardsall. Chip over top there by Jervies, goes to Bath, just bounces short, but Bath good enough to get the handball away. Does really well. Beardsall followed up. Ball spills free now, picked up and taken out of bounds. Sutton with the ball in hand. Run out of room, so if a boundary line throw in half forward for Werribee, far side of the ground here at the Simon Oval. We have gone 10 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter. Scores all tied up.
Ball thrown back in, Kunchka front position, taps the ball down. Chesterman tried to kick the ball off the ground, but it's now being held up. Umpire will come in and will start play again with the ball up. So again, Ruckman go at it. This time O'Halloran maybe got the hands on the ball, knocks it further afield. Kerr takes it out of that contest. Now there's a free kick being given. Umpire's going to call it back. Not too sure why he got the free kick, but he's got one. Doesn't matter. Outside to Camilleri. He looks and goes long into their forward line. Ball out the back, comes over the top. Saliba read that nicely out of the contest. Got the handball over the top, but it will be forced through for a minor score. So they will take the lead with that behind. Werribee to 6-5. Bannockburn 6-4. 10.5 gone. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard. And Beardsley, as they do for Bannockburn and East Geelong, will do the kicking in duties, and he brings the ball out low and flat. Kick wasn't great, went through the hands of Chesterman. Handball goes outside now, ends up with the hands of Jervies. He goes quickly. Rathjay in some space by himself, takes the mark. The runners are on now. Can he move the ball quickly enough? He's looking to do so. Long kick, it's high towards the centre half forward position. Mark not taken at ground level, picked up by Giles. Spins round the right foot, went back to Kunchka, put himself under a little bit of pressure, got the handball back to Giles. Another quick hands, missed the target, picked up by Crennan. He got it out the back to Chesterman, and over the top they go. Missed Patterson, has a chance to run onto it, but Bannockburn with the leg speed through Elzinga. Ball comes out the back to Young. He couldn't pick the ball up. Now it needs to be won. So, that was a toss out by hand, I reckon. It was quick, but in the hands of Taylor now, and he goes into their forward line. In front, Bowden, out the back, Saliba. High tackle, and free kick will go to Cam Saliba.
You see what I mean about Jesse Patterson? As he had to run for that ball, 3 blokes ran past him. He hasn't got the run in his legs. And that could be dangerous come third and fourth quarter.
Would have still outrun me, Rob.
Yeah, well, I would expect that. And me too, by the way.
Quick walk beats me.
Not in me heyday, though.
Just getting off the couch,
Actually,
beats me.
I really blew up from walking where I was in the car park today. So
That interview he did with me the other day.
Thompson comes in, and he is 25 out, directly in front, kicks that goal, and that's pretty good off the boot. There's the bow and arrow, as we call it. And they now move 7-5 to the Werribee side. 6-4, Bannockburn, 12 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
They're just winning the inside 50 count at the moment, Werribee Centrals. It's just consecutive inside 50s. Yeah, a couple turnovers from the 40 to 60 metres out, but once you get it in there 6-7 times, you're eventually going to score with the likes of Cam Saliba in there and Josh McDonald. And on this case, Cam Saliba just adds to his tally, and Central's 7 points up, 12 minutes 30 played in the second quarter.
You know, Tagani actually interviewed me. He said, who likes you as a player? Like Benny Crombie, I said. Not quite as quick.
Yeah, I did see that. Anyway, the ball goes in the air. O'Halloran wins the kick out, but it's passed there. Picked up by Maybourne. He spills what he probably should have taken with him in the end, but ball. Marnie doing well there. Gets a handball out wide. Kerr gets the ball, wrapped up and tackled straight away. Managed to force it forward to McDonald. McDonald on that left foot. Drives Werribee forward again. Another shot at goal. And that is his second for the day. The 8th for Werribee. They're up to 8-5. Leading Bannockburn to a 6-4. We've gone just over 13 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
Well, that's when I said a quarter time. I just said, g'day, Lentz. I just said a quarter time that what's his name is looking dangerous, McDonald, but he hadn't. That's what you want him to do. That's his bread and butter, right?
Yep.
And that's his bread and butter. And you've just been waiting for him to do that. I think he should probably kick more goals, and he didn't in the first quarter, but that's opened up a little bit then, and that was your old man that walked past, wasn't it?
Yeah, certainly was.
So back in the middle again, we've got O'Halloran versus Kunchka. Ball in the air. O'Halloran wins that one down. Crennan hacks the ball out of mid-air, but only as far as Maybourne. He turns around the right boot, goes out short, looking for Harding. Barely gone the 15. The umpire said that was okay. So Harding chips the ball over now, finds Alfred. Alfred has a bit of time, has a bounce, and looks up. His options coming out. Ball gets over the back there. Couldn't quite take the mark. Murdoch does well. Gets a handball across there to McKenzie. McKenzie let it go, but it still falls in the hands of Sutton now. Sutton goes one way, then the other, then just drives the ball down long. Leading in the race is O'Halloran. He just tries to tap the ball over. Done it really, really well. Handball falls in the hands of Carlton. Carlton now driving forward. Saliba in front. Puts the hands up. Great spoil from behind. Goes back. Chesterman coming through looking for the contact. Finds Wilson. Then falls in the hands of Young. Young now driving it forward. In front there, Elliott, but the bounce of the ball gets him. Alfred there to lend assistance, but it gets through everyone. Taylor now picks the ball up. A free kick has been picked out here. I don't know what for, but it's also 50. There you go.
You can't keep giving 50s away here. That's what's going to be the second or third goal from a 50.
That's a short 50, I reckon, too, by the way.
No real estate off this bloke.
Wow.
Anyway. Bailey Alfred will have the shot at goal. Kicking from about 30, 35 out, directly in front. Bannockburn trailing by 13 points at the moment. Been a free-flowing game here. So in comes Alfred. Kick leaves the boot. Goal umpire barely moves. He has his first for the afternoon. Now has the 7th for Bannockburn. So they are 7-4 trailing. Werribee 8-5. We've gone 15.5. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
Jake, I don't know. You've obviously seen Prismal coach. You've probably been out there. And that. I don't know if he gives blokes sprays or whatever, but a couple of goals now. Look, it's been a good game. They've come from behind. They got the 13 points in front and looking pretty good, and then they give another 50 away. Does he give them a spray or what's he do?
I think there's enough leaders in this team that they'll stand up and identify that that's not something they want to continue
Well,
with.
they want to bloody do it quick.
So ball back in the middle of the ground. Ball is there to be won, picked up out there. It's actually dropping the ball there. And
Gee, it'd be tough too.
Go against Thompson. It's going to be quickly into the hands of Culliver now. He goes out wide looking for Kerr. Mark not taken out there. Ball runs towards the boundary. Will run over. So we will have a throw-in, which will be about 20 metres out from the 50-metre arc there.
Do you see what I mean about Kerr? He does the lovely things and he gets to the right spots. And I don't know why, but it just bounces before him. He just doesn't finish the mark off a little bit earlier. When he learns, he'll be a good player.
So ball thrown back in by the umpire. Thompson up over the top. Ball comes down. He tries a second time. Ball goes down the hands of Chesterman. Got the handball out, then was tackled without it. Ball now at ground level.
Ball it up,
It's not going to come out of there. Umpire in very quickly, and he will take possession of it. Back with the umpire. Ball is thrown up. Daly in front. Taps the ball out. Nice tap out. Actually went towards Carlton. Carlton over the top. Murdoch tried to get his way through, but couldn't quite pick the ball up. They have the ball at centre forward position. The player is tackled. Again, no prior opportunity there.
Jeez.
Umpire correctly calls it back.
That was a really, really good tackle.
It was.
So thrown up once again. Again, Thompson up over the top, goes to Jervis, handball goes to Chessman. He read that nicely, and a quick kick into the forward line. Wasn't taken there by Young, but he goes back, puts boot to ball. Kerr comes through. He tried to kick it, but didn't make contact. That probably should have been dropping the ball. Ball goes out wide. The mark will be taken out there. Harding.
Shut up,
he
Ali.
goes back outside, and it's a nice bit of play there into the hands of Marnie. Gets the ball round towards centre wing. Again, numbers out there. This time the ball's going to come back as Murdoch emerges with it. His low flat kick in forward. That's a
Good
great
hands.
kick. Good hands out there by Halloran, and he can go back and shoot for goal.
Well, it wasn't just a great kick. It was just brilliant work how he got the footy on the rebound coming through.
So Halloran, an opportunity here.
He's actually won 2 Ray Ettridge medals, Murdoch, the only one ever to do it.
So he's now going to kick from 45 and steps inside now. Long kick towards goal. Kick wasn't too good off the boot. Lands in the goal square. Saliba has it, and he will
Tell you
post.
what,
It was
no.
touched, says the umpire. I think they indicate. So a minor score. 4-1 to Saliba. 8-6 now to the Werribee side. They lead Bannockburn on 7-4. Almost 18 and a half minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
So ball to be brought back in. It's Bowden, plays on, goes long in line to both of his ruckmen. Ball gets over the back. Kunchka claims a mark and is paid it. So that's 50.
Now, that's not a disciplinary thing.
No.
He honestly believed that the bloke didn't mark it.
And I think he let him go, but just a momentum kept him going around.
Yeah,
Grub.
he went to tackle him because he knew in his mind that the bloke didn't mark it.
Yep. Anyway.
So, you know, but you have to play to the whistle.
You do another short 50 there, but great kick in. Kelly, strong lead, takes a chest mark in front of De Leon. So Bailey Kelly has 2 for the afternoon already.
But the fact remains, there's another 50 and another shot for goal.
Yep. What's that, the third?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, there was a fourth and he didn't any miss. There's been 4 50-metre penalties.
Yep.
And Bannockburn have had none.
So Kelly coming in now, kicking from about 40, 45. Not much angle to speak of. Ball leaves the boot. He's tugged it to the left a little bit, so through for a minor score. So peppering the goals. 7 goals, 5 now they are. 8-6 to Werribee. So Culliver to bring the ball back in. Goes in short, finds Crennan. Crennan now coming out wide, looking for Mackenzie. That's a great-looking kick.
It is.
It was. That is centimetre perfect, that one, Grub.
Yes.
So
Dennis.
Mackenzie now drives Werribee long down the wing in the Young direction. Contest brought to the ground there by Thompson, but Saliba, a long way from home, comes through, gets a handball, and then gets it back. The old 1-2. Chips the ball over the top, Kerr works to the front.
Good
That's a
boy.
great set of hands.
Yeah, well done.
And then takes off
And
straight
goal.
away. Gets his boot to ball, mate. Lucks a fortune. Lands in the hands of Young. Young takes on 1, takes on 2, throws the ball in the boot in front there. McDonald couldn't quite take what he should have, but swings around onto the left boot and has his 3rd for the afternoon. So, Josh McDonald with 3. Werribee now 9-6, leading Bannockburn, who are 7-5, and we've gone 20 and a half. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
Bannockburn have just been putting that extra behind the footy. It was in front of Halloran there for a little bit, in front of Young, and they just had to have some quick ball movement to just get past. The more that it's in the air, I think Bannockburn, that's their strength when the ball's in the air in their back line. Once it hits the ground, Centrals have got the numbers and the players to be able to kick the goals that are off the ground, as we've seen there from McDonald and Saliba and everyone else that's involved with that forward 50. But Grubby, Kerr, he's doing a wonderful job at centre-half forward so far.
He is. And there is one quick question. Young gets the ball. They probably did have a couple of players he could have given to.
Yep.
Probably the wrong option, but they're a bit lucky to get out of it.
So back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. 21 gone. And 13-point margin. Both ruckmen a little bit on that this time. Ball comes down to ground. Daly, nice. Again, picked up off the ground. Then let the ball down. Picked up. And again, the clearance through Kunchka will bring the ball towards Bannockburn's half-forward line. Harding leads in the race for the ball. Got around the player beside him. Give it to his brother running past. Long kick this time in by Rory. And
Gee, that
he is
really
just
should have been a
offline.
goal.
And through for a minor score. Some nice play.
How good a
Move it.
play would that be to result in a goal?
Would have been nice, this. Stoyers doing the kicking and duties, and he goes to the back pocket. Player out there is Camilleri, so he will take the mark and settle things down. Little short options there, Crennan. They maintain possession. A little bit longer now, outside 50, and Daly stretches, takes the mark. Handball goes back outside. Crennan, good ground. Little kick round the boundary line. Kick wasn't great, but it's made good by Young. Picks the ball up. His kick going forward again. Wobbled off the boot. Maybaum had it, but it's picked up by Young of Bannockburn. He kicks outside, straight back into the hands there of Murdoch. So it's going to come back as quickly as it went out. Murdoch now from the centre wing goes into the half-forward line for Werribee. Ground level, kicked off the ground out there. McDonald leads in the race for the ball on his right side. Kicks round the body. I tell you what, he hasn't, has he? Yes, he has. Jesse Patterson. He mightn't get mark of the day, but he'll definitely get goal of the day with that. That's 10-6 now to Werribee, and they lead Bannockburn on 7-6. And we have ticked over 22 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
Jesse Patterson was McDonald, wasn't it?
It was McDonald.
Didn't I say?
You said Patterson.
You said Jesse Patterson.
He did.
Oh, sorry, I meant Jesse. I put it down at McDonald's.
Athlete's foot game, a goal of the game. What do you reckon, Grub?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a contender. There's been some nice goals, and I'm probably getting wrapped up at the footy and forget a little bit about that. But, yes, that was a contender for goal of the day. Lovely, lovely goal.
Well, Jake, you could bring him back to reality, mate.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, there is no doubt in the world that I'm getting the arse after this. Don't worry about that.
Mate. We've already
I'm being shattered over here by Jake.
We've already signed the paperwork, all right?
I might go and do the speedway.
Back in the middle now. Daly and Kunchka. Daly does win that one down. Crennan looking for it, leaves it for Culliver. Culliver tackle. Chessman picks it up, throws it on the boot, kicks it very, very high. There'll be no 15 play on. No, the umpire said that is a mark to Taylor. So,
did that go 15?
Yeah, 28 up. He handballs across to Crennan. Crennan driving Werribee forward again. McDonald in the lead, but Harding coming across. Lent support to Marty. McDonald really well. He couldn't quite get the tap out he was looking for. Gets a handball in the end. Picked up there by Camilleri. Camilleri throws it on the right boot, drives Werribee forward. And the ball has gone out of bounds. It will have a boundary line thrown about 20 metres around from the behind post. Werribee's attacking zone, and they have sort of opened this game up a bit. They've come out to a 3-goal lead now, Grub.
Yeah, I tell you what, the more I see this young Tate Camilleri, the more I like him. He's a good kid. And that goes well for Werribee Centrals later on. As Bannockburn have got some great kids, I think Werribee got a couple of goodies too.
They have to the ball thrown in. O'Halloran gets in front, comes across. Culliver tries to get it, doesn't get it. O'Halloran kicks the ball off the ground.
What was that?
He kicked it off the ground. It's gone through for a minor score there. So Werribee moved to 10-7, leading Bannockburn 7-6. We've gone 24.5. Buckner's Entertainment, second quarter.
Let me tell you, kick it off the ground there, and there's no chance of scoring a goal. No chance.
Beardsall bringing the ball back into the field of play this time, runs and carries the ball, goes out long, looking for Kunchka, pushed out of it there by Daly, and the mark has been taken. So Daly now will turn things around and go back to the centre forward position. Crennan again with the mark, wants to go quickly, also low, flat kick. Mark will be taken out there. This time Bowden had it and lost it. Picked up again, Beardsall. Chips the ball out wide, goes back towards Kunchka, and he will take the mark. Defensive side of their wing, goes back to Beardsall. Running player, goes in towards Phillips. He'll need to do well here. It's tackled strongly by Chesterman. And the umpire said, yes, holding the ball.
Did he have prior?
So, well, he took a step maybe. That's about it. But it goes inside to Crennan now, and he kicks back into their forward line. Ball out the back. Beardsall from behind. Picked up Baleford. Goes to Young, and Young just puts boot to ball and goes back. Didn't look too well because it's going straight back into the hands of Sutton. Gets around Batalha on the mark, and he now kicks a chip pass. I'm not too sure what he was looking for, but numbers were everything with Bannockburn. Ball gets out the back now. Again, Bannockburn picks the ball up. Bath goes over the top. Goes to Young, further afield. Picked up Carlton. Goes back inside 50. Will the mark be taken? Taylor was up in front, couldn't do so. Out the back, Patterson it wasn't. It was McDonald once again, the blue boots. Out the back now, and it's going to go through Wilson outside. Mark not taken, so Werribee have got another opportunity through Patterson. Brings the ball back in, kick too strong. Mark taken by Bath. He will settle things down and go across the face of goal. In the back pocket, Alford will have the mark. And now slows things down. Goes back to the goal square in Beardsall. So he seems to be the bloke that they want in the deliver the ball to the next kick outside.
And he does it pretty well too. A bit like his brother at East.
Fletcher Wilson. So Beardsall now just steps back through the behinds and will give them a point. So it's 10-8.
You're not allowed to do that, are you?
Yeah, under
the
pressure.
might have been on. He might have been grabbed.
Where?
That's about it. Blake was coming at him on the marks. So comes outside. The mark has been taken.
Kerr takes the mark for Werribee. 70 out from his own goal. Just chips the ball into space, looking in the O'Halloran direction. He does well, brings the ball to ground. Carlton coming through the other way, gets a handball out. Wrapped up in the tackle, brought the ground. Ball held in. Umpire says it's mine.
I tell you, Patterson's been on the ground too long. If you've got to get effectiveness out of him, you've got to keep him resting on the bench.
So O'Halloran in front wins that tap down. Picked up there, wrapped up straight away. Umpire says that's mine. So we'll do it all again. So ball in the air, O'Halloran just uses his strength, taps the ball down, overrunning. It was Leonard there, Young from Bannockburn come through. Crennan just swoops on it and says, I'll have it, hands it off to Culliver. Culliver on the left foot, a bit of a scrubber kick there. Running, coming through is Harding. He said he got that pace, done really well, picked it up, drives them forward here. But coming across is Gibson. It's that cruel bounce that ball's known for, but he's out really well. Does really well. Gets a handball out to Sutton. Sutton goes over the top to Murdoch. Murdoch tapped the ball to no one in particular, but gets it himself. 3-on-1 situation there. Does really well. Gets a handball out. Werribee done well here. In the hands is Crennan. Crennan just handballs the ball out wide. Couldn't quite take it there. Was your mate there? What's his name? Patterson.
Yep.
Got stuck there anyway. Ball driven forward in for Werribee. Kerr coming from the back. Brings the ball to ground. Fight on here, no one picking the ball up. The blue boots again, out it comes. Kerr picks it up. It could have been a throw. The umpire said no. Falls in the hands of White. He's wrapped up. I was going to call him Jesse then, not Patterson. He's got stuck on the last name.
Yeah.
Happens occasionally.
He's a lovely kid too, I can tell you.
So, ball in the air again now. O'Halloran and Bath go at it. O'Halloran gets a secondary tap. Kerr runs onto it here. Does well. Picks up, gets round one, gets round two. Throws on the right boot. Can't finish up his work. Let's put it out of bounds on the full.
See what I mean? When he learns, this kid, look out.
28.5 gone here. Buckley's Entertainment. Second quarter. Werribee with a 20-point advantage. So ball in. Kicks to Jervis. Good lead there. So Jervis still deep in defence for Bannockburn. Looking very long down the line. In the Thompson direction. He's pushed out of the contest anyway.
See, this young fella De Leon, he's just a little bit small. So you know, if he's going to get anywhere near the ball in a contest like that, he actually has to push his opponent out. And I think the umpire should pay that one. I really do.
It was nearly tunnelling.
Yeah, he actually gave him no chance to get to the footy.
So Kunska and Young do battle. Kunska wins that one down and has a chance here to pick it up. He leaves it for Maybourne. Maybourne done well. Tackled by Crennan, gets it away. So Murdoch used the body really well this time, and Elliott takes the mark. So Murdoch for Werribee here, looking at his options, was going to go across and ends up just chips it in the middle there. So ball in the hands of Gibson here. He's been very good so far at centre half back. So Gibson goes back in to Leon. Just a little nudge, but he plays on. Like really took quick turn of speed. Driving forward here, looking for a Halloran. Siren. So siren sound. So Werribee 10-8 to 68, leading Bannockburn 7-6 at half time. Goal kickers, please, Dale.
Yes, 4 each to McDonald and Saliba, 1 each to Taylor and Kerr, and for the Bannockburn side, 2 to Kelly, 1 each to Maybourne, Rathjay, Elford, Harding and Giles. We'll take a short break, come back and hopefully get some scores from around the grounds. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Welcome back to Simul Oval to our listeners and viewers. Grubby seems to have disappeared, but that's all right. We've got Jake here to hold his spot. But before we get to Jake's thoughts on the first half, we go around the grounds. Inverleigh 10-4-64 leading Corio 7-2-44. Belmont 8-9-57 leading Winch 1-4-10. North Geelong 8-2-50 leading Thompson 6-10-46. Belpost Hill 8-5-53 leading Anarchy 2-6-18. And East Geelong 11-10-76 leading Geelong West Giants 2-1-13. Jake, throw you in the hot seat, mate. Thoughts on the first half?
Oh, I think it's the story of two quarters. I think Bannockburn were up in the first quarter. They had the dominant disposal count there, and inside 50s were able to get on the scoreboard quite early. And then Centrals have just kind of weathered the storm and the siege for a while, and now started to get up, 20 points up now at half-time. It's a significant difference compared to the even score that we've seen at the end of the first quarter. So Central's now starting to kick away, and I think this could go either way. If Central's kick the next 2 or 3, Bannockburn are really on the back foot. But, for Bannockburn, this is massive. They sit 5th on the ladder at the moment, trying to contend in a final spot and hold that 5th spot against Centrals, who had a loss last weekend. It's the first couple of goals, I think, now of the second half that just balances this game out. So I'm going to be interested to see. Bannockburn, obviously, we talk about the youth that they've got in their system so far and the team that they've got on the park. They've had 12 debutants this season, including a number of 18 players that have come up and played. Can they have 4 quarters of pressure? That's going to be the question. And can Central's defence hold up for 4 quarters? So we're about to find out. 20 points the difference. Third quarter about to start here at Galvin Park.
Yeah, we are a bit. We will find out, mate. You just said Werribee kicked 5-3 and then kicked 5-5 in that quarter. Bannockburn 5-4 in the first, kicked 2-2 in that quarter. So maybe some of the bigger bodies are starting to tell, but what we saw in the first half was just open, flowing football. And Dale, with a bit of luck, that continues.
Yeah, as I said, it doesn't matter to me either way here, but it's nice just to see a clean, flowing game. There hasn't been much dead time in any of it, so it's both sides prepared to get the ball outside and run it, which is good. And as we said, let's hope that continues, because that's what we like to see, and that's what the crowd have come here to watch. And the umpire says, let's start the third quarter with their ball now to be put in the air. And we said, it's Kunska doing the ruck work. Data this time over the top again. It's going to be out of the middle from Culliver. He goes long into their forward line. Saliba, he's the only one that actually went for the ball, but left it behind. Coming through was Beardsall. Picked the ball up, pushes it towards the boundary line. Culliver's there now, and he will see it over the boundary line. So we will have a throw in, which will take place just outside the forward half for the Werribee side.
Should have held that one, mate.
Yeah, it was quite easy with no pressure around him either. So thrown back in by the umpire. Ruckman go at it. Ball comes out the back. Chesterman with the ball. Got rid of the ball. Picked up there by Harding. Gain. Ball now goes to Culliver. Oh, no, actually it was McKenzie. He got the boots of ball. Back in the hands of Harding, and he goes forward. Looks for his brother. Went through his hands to Leon. Out the back. And a little bit of time now. Looks up. Kick has to be good. Oh, he missed his target. Went over the top. He's got support there. And it went back, and it will be with Sutton. So Sutton moves his way through the contest. Kicks the ball back inside the middle of the ground. Coming through up. Wilson got the handball away. Missed Maybaum. Went back to Daly. Lifted his arms. Did that and got out of trouble. Went outside to Harding. Missed the target once again. So McKenzie now on the right boot goes forward, but a kick doesn't have the required distance, and the mark has been taken out there by Marnie. So Marnie on the half-back line for the Bannockburn side will kick the ball back towards centre wing. Sutton is his best position, comes up, takes a strong mark. I thought he was going to keep going then. Ooh, no, it might have been a bit of a cork, I reckon. I don't know whether it's a hammy. Oh, yes, he is feeling the hammy. Back outside now. Oh, he's put his team under a bit of pressure, but a little bit of strength got out of there, and the ball goes back towards centre wing. Maybaum up over the top, and the mark has been taken. O'Malley did that pretty nicely there. Stepped aside.
Sutton's gone.
Yep, Sutton's got the string. He's got the hands up now, so he'll come from the ground. So Maybaum goes long and flat into the forward line. Went through the hands. O'Malley collected the ball, got the handball back outside. Missed the target once again. Coming through as Elzinger got the handball out towards Kelly. Kelly inside to Battaglia. He couldn't take the ball cleanly. Kicked off the ground. Goes back towards Stoyers. Leads in the race for the ball. Pushed off it there. And a player, I'm not too sure who it was. Might have been Camilleri, is it? Dives on top of it and was taken in a tackle. Ball up will take place about 15 out from the Bannockburn goal. So the ball's now tapped out and it's going to sit at the top of the square. Handball comes out, goes to Welford. Maybaum on the right boot, kicks back towards the goal. Bounce, how will it go? It's going to go pushed through nicely there. And that was Taylor, I think it was, and pushed it through. Bannockburn with the first score of the second half, a minor score. They move now to 7-7. 10 goals, 8 to the Werribee side. We have gone just short of 3 minutes, third quarter.
So Culliver brings the ball in quickly. Finds Crennan. Crennan just inside defensive 50 now. Goes long down the line, looking in the Daly direction. Probably pushed out with the ball.
Yeah.
Lux of Fortune, I think he paid it pushing the back, but Lux of Fortune lands in the hand of Kerr. Kerr now plays on quickly, driving it long in the Saliba direction. Over the back, Chesterman. Done well there, White, but he's wrapped up. Chesterman doesn't let anyone go. He's got the one-hander. Isn't it that go? The umpire said no for opportunity.
And he was right.
He was.
Dead set right. They're doing a pretty good job, these umpires.
Yeah, no.
We seem to get Aaron Ritchie's quite a bit. And he's really improved as an umpire. He's doing well.
Kunchka and Daly. Kunchka wins that one down. Quick underground handball finds Elzinger.
Got him
Elzinger's
right.
another handball over the top. And he's paid advantage. I don't know if he paid that one, but anyway, the ball comes in and finds Phillips. Phillips gets the handball through to Jervis. Jervis goes over the top there to Wilson. Wilson with a turn of speed has a bounce. Drives the ball long for Bannockburn. How's it going to bounce here? It has a bounce to the left. So Fletcher Wilson
Deserved a goal, Spike.
he did deserve a goal. Banno the first 2 minor scores. So ball brought back in there straight away. Goes out wide by Gibson. Good hands by Camilleri. Took a good mark there in front of Italia. So Camilleri now looking at his options. Not a lot of movement further down the ground, so he's forced to kick the ball long. Scoreboard side of the ground. Taylor puts her hands up, can't quite take the mark. Punched away. We'll have a boundary line thrown between wing and half forward for Bannockburn. We've ticked over 4.5 minutes here. The Granny Cycling Sport, third quarter. Simon Oval.
God, there's some legends over there. I didn't want to come back.
We didn't think we were for a second then, mate.
Oh, jeez.
So Kunchka and Daly doing battle. Kunchka just protects the space, but Daly reaches over the top. Grab that here and handballs wide. So Elzinger now swings onto that favoured left foot, driving Bannockburn forward again. De Leon's in front. Done well, but couldn't quite trap it in. Batali used a bit of experience and body size there. Giles throws it on the right boot. Ball knocked out wide here. Murdoch has time, picks it up, gets around Giles, does well. Drives him long out towards Culliver. Gets a cruel bounce, but ends up coming back in his direction. Gets a quick handball out. 3-on-1 out there. Fighting hard for the ball. Still there. Knocked out now. So Bannockburn with numbers in the middle here. Finds Harding. Harding has Phillips if he wants him going out a little bit wider, but decides to drive the ball longer down the line for his brother, who takes a chest mark.
Playing in the backyard, these two.
Absolutely. Rory Harding plays on quickly, drives down the line. It's another nice kick as well, mate. Another strong lead. I don't think he would have made the distance from there.
I think your backline's got to interpret that, and I think they've got to go with those blokes. I know when you lead, you get away quickly, that's fair enough. But he had 15 metres, and you can't allow that.
No, the ball in the hands of Rob Maybaum now for Bannockburn. Tight angle, but only 30 metres out. So Maybaum coming in now. I'll say he centres the ball, goes over the back, over Ratchie's head. The ball stands on the point, knocked over the line there by Stoyas. We'll have a boundary line thrown about 15 metres round from the behind post. Bannockburn's attacking in. We've gone 6 minutes.
Well, it's not a bad thing if you centre the ball, but he's gone too far to the boundary line. It's not a centre, is it? It's gone too far.
Was it a
shot?
Do you think he did?
Gee, you're being kind.
You reckon? Wow.
We're being kind.
Oh, all right.
So the ball thrown back in. Anyway, Carlton had it dispossessed. Murdoch does well, comes through, but he's also dispossessed. Ball's thrown up high in the air. Went to punch it through as Taylor. Missed the ball completely. Falls to the hands of Ratchie. He has a flying shot at goal. Stacks on the mill now. Might have a ball up about 5 metres out. No, we won't. It's been rushed through for a minor score. So Bannockburn with 3 behinds this quarter so far.
Doing all the attacking.
Yeah, 10-8 to Werribee. We have gone 6.5.
O'Malley, a quick kick up the ground. We'll find Carlton just short of centre-half back. He was looking to come across the ground now, but he's going to do that now. Go out towards centre wing in position. Mark will be taking McKenzie. He's not going to waste any time. He wants to go, and he goes into the half-forward line, and the mark is out there, and it's been taken by Saliba. So Saliba now goes quickly and goes long, back into their full-forward position. Ball gets out the back. Out there is Taylor. Tries to work the ball, keep the ball inside. I thought he was going to do that nicely. Unfortunately, the ball goes over the boundary line. A throw-in will take place.
Well, Blakey, you can say it was a push in the back, and I think it was too. But the ball's out, son. What's going on here?
Not much rap. Just wait for the umpire to
Oh,
arrive.
wait
That's
for the
all.
young fella.
Young
They've done a
fellas.
pretty good job, the boundaries too. Only little fellas, but they've done a good job.
Something's stretching along the boundary line. I'm not too sure whether he's got too much confidence in the body there. The ball comes out the front of the contest. Again, it's Bowden that leads in the race with the ball. Marty gets the handball up over the top, only as far as Chesterman. Got the handball inside. Missed his teammate there coming through, but now ball at ground level. It sits out the back. Going to be picked up. Patterson got the handball away. Back to Marnie. Marnie over the top. Back to Jervis. Jervis over the top. Went to Phillips. He runs now and carries and kicks long into the forward line. I tell you what, it's a good weighted kick because Kunchka has taken the mark. Kunchka doesn't waste any time. He goes quickly into the forward line on a lead. Rathjay comes out and did that very nicely. We'll take the mark and go back and look at his second for the afternoon. Has one also, or one at this stage of the game.
Well, it's the second time in 5 minutes. He's got 10 metres on his opponent.
So Rathjay from about 30, I would think.
Well, you've got to kick one.
45
You've
degree
kicked 3
angle.
points. You've got to kick it.
Steps in, kicks that goal.
He's missed it
He's
too.
left it right and it will stay there. Another behind. So now 7-10 Bannockburn, 10-8 to the Werribee side, and 8.5 minutes gone to Grandy Cycling Sports third quarter scoreboard.
Rightio. O'Malley. The ball for Werribee. He come this way. He's got De Leon. Just gets there to him. So De Leon takes the mark. Still deep in defence. He chips it back across O'Malley. Misses his target here, but O'Malley done well. Picks it up. He's going to be pinned for holding the ball. The umpire says no. He's paid deliberate, I think.
Is it deliberate? Did it go out in the full? Or had to get rid of it?
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's right in the...
Should be kicking from the goal square because that was holding the ball.
So he's kept Bailey Kelly's taking the free kick and has put it straight through the middle now. So Bannockburn finally reward themselves. They moved to 8-10 to Werribee 10-8. Kelly has his third, and we have gone 9.5 to Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter.
Josh Sutton went off with a minute into this quarter with a hamstring. Hasn't been back on, and I think now Werribee Central's back on. It's just had a little bit of a reshuffle, and there's a little bit of pressure on, and guys are trying to do a little bit more and come outside their lane with some ball movement, and they shouldn't now. And as Grubby said before, some of these full forwards, and Bailey Rathjay has just had 10, 12 metres on his opponent, and it just seems the case at the moment for Central's just stressing and under pressure right now.
And a really bad backline mistake. A couple of them.
So the ball now thrown up once again. Rathjay gets the ball. Sorry, Rathjay. Now it's Kunch that gets the ball. He goes over the top. Goes in towards their half-forward line. Going back is Camilleri on the right boot. Transfers play outside. Little short kick. Found Chesterman. He's not wasting any time. He goes further afield. Kick. A little bit of air there. Ball gets out the back. Kerr was going to be the first one, but Young arrived also. Out there was Wilson. Ball now sits in dispute. Picked up. Good handball outside. Goes back to Camilleri. Well, his quick kick was pretty smart, and it's going to find Taylor just inside their forward 50. Umpire said it's gone over the boundary line.
He's not happy, Taylor, but give it back.
Can't much about it.
Again, Kirkwood, I don't know how he got that out, but it was pretty good.
So the ball is with the umpire to be thrown back in right on the forward arc of the half-forward line for the Werribee side. Again, ball from that ruck contest emerges into the hands now. Thompson kicks the ball back towards centre wing. Had enough to get to Phillips. Left the ball behind, but went back and collected it. Now he runs and gets the follow-up handball through centre wing. Again, some numbers out there with Bannockburn. The chip inside is not good, and the mark is going to be taken out there, and it will be O'Malley. So he will settle things down. Reads the game pretty well, this bloke, doesn't he? Not quick moving, but reads the game very well. Kick was also good, went into the hands of Taylor, but unfortunately he couldn't take the mark, and the ball has gone back over the boundary line.
Well, he's in at the expense, I suppose, of Stevenson and a couple others today. Skill-wise, Callum O'Malley's a senior player.
Yep.
Fitness-wise, he's not. Pretty simple.
Yep. So the ball now back with the umpire and thrown back in. O'Halloran this time works his way to the front, picked up there by Carlton again. Little tap off the ground, went back and tried to do it again. Numbers there, Chesterman. Ball comes through there, picked up by Alford. Little kick towards centre wing. Mark again not taken out there. Taylor it is, was tackled, brought to ground, no prior opportunity, umpire in very quickly.
Tell you what, when the play slows down like the seconds, he kills them. You know what I mean?
Ball, he might be good in the last quarter, doesn't change pace, mate. Ball comes out of the back of the contest, Thompson can't pick the ball off. Chesterman did the right thing, kept the ball moving, goes to Kerr. He needs to go back and collect it. Had a little bit of trouble picking the ball up, now he could be in a little bit of trouble. Ball sits in that contest, umpires let things go, comes out towards Crennan. Back towards Chesterman. Picked up. Handball goes inside. McDonald outside Kerr. He did that very nicely. Over the top to Camilleri. Took it with one grab. Then left the ball behind.
He's got a free kick, I think.
Umpire said
No, the other way.
Incorrect disposal. I would think, maybe. And the ball will go back to the Bannockburn side. I reckon this is Justin, is it? Zach Justin. So he's in the back line. Oh, a dangerous kick. Had to be good. Went to the hands of Jervis. Jervis straight up the ground. Another good kick to Bowden. He's going to go back outside now. And Marty's got the ball. The player in the centre wing is Bath. He's got the ball. And now he was going to use it. Melly stumbled.
Did well.
Did nicely. Back into Bowden. So Bowden now, they've moved the ball towards centre wing. And this time Ryan Bowden decides he's going to go just that little bit longer. Kunchka out the back. O'Halloran, good position. Camilleri also nicely done. Picks the ball up, goes back towards centre wing. Crennan had the ball, got the handball back outside. He's put his team under a little bit of pressure, but O'Malley did that very nicely. Goes to Saliba outside to Crennan. He runs, goes back on his right foot, goes over the top. Chesterman and also Saliba both there. They left the ball behind. Goes to Bath now into the hands of Bowden. Back towards centre wing. O'Malley again, the spoil. Goes up. O'Halloran puts the ball out the back. Kunchka collects it, has players out the back. And it went back, and that nicely done to Elzinga. Kicks into the half-forward line. Mark will be taken. I thought it was going to be taken out there by Hartley, but let it go through his hands. Picked up out there. Gibson kept the ball running forward. Now they work with Leonard. Takes one bounce, runs inside 50, looks towards the goal square, goes long and straight. No, he didn't. Went straight, but straight through the points. We might score. So their first score of the third quarter, it is behind 10-9 to the Werribee side, 8-10 Bannockburn to Granny Cycling Sports. We've gone 14 minutes.
Bowden with the half-time strapping on the knee, about to bring the ball back in. Was going to go short. It's now been called to play on, decides to go short in it anyway. So ball in the back pocket there, chipped over the top again. Bannockburn now with a chance through White to drive it long down the line, does just that. Young turns around, plays on. Kicking long here in the Harding direction. He works to the front, puts the hands up, can't quite complete the mark, does really well on the ground. Gets a quick handball out here. Nice kick forward. Looking, no, yes, it is. It has. No!
Yes, no, yes.
The umpire said yes. Well, was that Sam Giles again?
No, I reckon it was Elliott.
Is that Elliott, was it?
I reckon.
Yeah, it was Elliott.
Yep, it was Elliott. There we go. So, Cam Elliott has his first. The ninth now for Bannockburn. They go to 9-10. Trailing Werribee, who are 10-9. We have gone 15 minutes.
Well, 5 points a different Central's way, but I tell you what, Bannockburn have the ascendancy in this quarter. They're playing the better football, and we spoke earlier about the Werribee Central's ball movement. I tell you what, you can't beat the ball movement on Bannockburn on that occasion and a few others. They're moving the ball just as well as Werribee Central's are too, and it's a very, very good contest with Bannockburn in the ascendancy on ground.
So, Buck, contest again. Ball comes out of there, and it's going to be, I thought it was going to be cleared away quickly, but Bannockburn have been able to hold up their end in there. Mayburn tackles. Ball comes to ground. Kerr got the ball out towards Carlton. Escaped and got the handball outside to Culliver. Looks from 50. Long, and he doesn't miss too many of them, and that is straight through the middle. Michael Culliver, a nice finish. Their 11th goal of the afternoon. They move to 11-9. Bannockburn on 9 goals, 10. Almost 16 gone to Granny Cycling Sports, third quarter.
We talk about Michael Culliver and his fitness level. That was just effort after effort there. He just got held up in that first centre clearance, then pushed on, get the handball, and then to finish. That's a ripping goal there from a midfielder, and that's what you want from Centrals here. If you can get a couple of goals out of Crennan and Culliver, then you're doing well. You don't always have to rely on Saliba, and I think McDonald's been a little bit quiet so far. Let's see if he pops up for the remainder of this quarter.
One other thing, there's a couple of touch and free kicks, one to Werribee Centrals, one to Bannockburn. Umpires let them go. That's the way to umpire GDFL football.
Rightio, back in the middle now. So Daly and Kunchka do battle again. Daly goes up early, wins the one down, straight down to Crennan. Crennan bursting through. Just tackled as he got rid of the ball. So pack forms there, picked up well by White. White feeds a handball out to Maybourne. Maybourne goes back to what he's in pressure straight away. I know the umpire's paid. He's paid holding the man. They tackled each other, I thought. But it looks like Kerr's going to come up with the free kick, but he's very slow getting to his feet.
Do you know what? If I thought it was a holding the man decision, I thought it should have gone the other way. I really thought it should have gone the other way.
I thought they tackled each other. It's play on. Jump ball like basketball.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kerr Was going to use Murdoch, but sold the dummy and then goes long. Probably should have used Murdoch in the end because he's kicked it straight into the throat of Rob Mayborn.
Well, he decided to use Mayborn instead. What's wrong with that?
Well, he's not on the same side.
Okay,
So
different colour jumper.
Anyway, Mayborn comes across the face of goal. And decides to come long down towards Harding. Mackenzie arrives, gets the fist away. Phillips over, runs it. Could have been kicking in danger there. The umpire said it is. So be a free kick to Stoyers.
Was it?
Yep, I thought so. Stoyers goes to Crennan. Crennan gets a block from Mackenzie. Brennan runs in. Nice looking pass there. Just goes over the head of McDonald. Gets the handball out here. Running through. Bannockburn over using the ball in defence here. Forces Beards will kick off the ground. Picked up there by Justin. Justin goes out wide. Connor Jervis goes very, very wide out there looking for Kelly. So Kelly on just defensive side of centre wing in front of the scoreboard here at Simmel Oval. Looking at his options. Chips the ball back in towards Justin. Justin takes the mark. So quick handball on. Connor Jervis now just driving Bannockburn long in the Kunsha direction. And man in front there takes a really good mark. So Stoyers now pushes Werribee out wide. 2-on-1 contest. Not a great kick. Kelly floats across in front. Takes the mark. There's no one standing the mark, so he could play on if he wanted to, but he's elected not to. He's come back to Connor Jervis. Jervis has time to pick it up. Goes it towards Phillips. Phillips runs around one on the right boot, driving forward, but there we go again. Stoyers stands his ground, so we'll have take two of the last play.
He's got to kick it better this time, obviously.
Well, yes, that
it's
makes
Porter this time, so we go straight up the ground and finds Patterson. So Patterson just holding things up now. Got Culliver outside. We'll use him. Why wouldn't you? He used the ball very well, and then he just summed it up, and that was shocking. Ball goes straight into the hands of Bath of Bannockburn, so he can now look at Bannockburn's forward line. He's got Elford on the half forward line free, but he goes back inside. Kicks okay in the hands of Marnie. So Marnie again got some players sideways. Beardsall probably will get the ball and run, and that's what he does. Takes them on, gets out of trouble, looks up, low, flat kick. That's a great kick. And then straight into the hands of Mayborn. So he's now on the half, or just outside their half forward line, goes outside to Harding, lines up, goes long, back towards the goal square. Mark not taken. Giles did that nicely, had the feet taken away from him. Ball into the hands of Battaglia, kicked off the ground again, sits around the contest, picked up Kunchka, and needs to pick the ball up, can't do so yet, tries to keep the ball alive, into the hands now of De Leon to Culliver, and Werribee come out of trouble, and they go to Taylor on the half back line. This is Blake, he looks and moves the ball back inside. Stoyers has moved up the ground, made some good positioning, goes outside.
Oh, no!
Set his teammate up because it's been intercepted there by Bath. Goes outside into the hands there. Phillips over the top to Jervis. That was a good clean pickup. Over the top, Kunchka. Space, buying spells. Looks, goes to the goals. And will it be good enough? No, Mark not taken. Is that Sutton back out there?
Yep.
So his hamstrings obviously come good. Bobbles around. 40 out from goal. Battaglia, dangerous from this position. Kicks, goes back towards Sutton. Read it nicely. Pushed it through for a minor score. 9-11. To Bannockburn, 11-9 Werribee Centrals, 20 minutes gone to Granny Cycling Sports, third quarter scoreboard.
Don't you hate it, Spider? The bloke, but they look the same size, same run, both beards. How do you tell the difference between Stoyers and Porter?
You just guess. Caliber brings it in, chopped off there by Harding. Not a great kick, puts Leon under pressure, but he comes out and lends a hand. Nice handball over top there to Gibson. Throw Gibson in that as well, mate.
Yeah, another one.
Same boat. So Gibson running through, not a great kick.
What are they doing?
Beardsall takes the mark. Werribee crowd not overly happy with that. Sounds like
that's three in a row.
Yes, it is. So Beardsall now for Bannockburn. Drive them long back into attack. Just pops it up into the hot spot. Sutton pushes back. Takes a fantastic grab there. So Werribee have a chance to set it up again. They've been under siege for this quarter, but he just chips the ball up. Finds Stoyers again. Stoyers chips one over the top to De Leon, who's on the run. He keeps going. Goes further down the line. Nice kick. So bit of control here at the moment. They need to do this, Werribee. They just need to keep running the ball up. It wasn't the greatest kick, but Stoyers has kept running, done well. So the ball over the top now in the hands of Chesterman. What's he going to do now? He turns around, plays on quickly, goes short towards O'Halloran, but White floats across and punches the ball out of bounds.
That's the way you come out of defence. Pick somebody out, kick them. Not these dangerous passes. They've let him in 2 or 3 times. And I just think Chesterman's just a bit off. He's got a bit of the ball, but he's not doing anything with it.
wrapping up his tackles, mate, but he's not getting the ball himself. So Kunchka versus O'Halloran, ball in the air. O'Halloran tries to use strength, but Kunchka gets around only as far as Crennan. Crennan goes back to McKenzie. McKenzie drives Werribee inside 50 again.
Oh, that's a free, I think.
Played for the push, didn't get it.
He got one, though.
Bath at the back there gets a handball out. Lands in O'Halloran's hands. He chips the ball back in towards, but that's a fantastic grab. Not the hang we like to see him take, mate, but a fantastic grab there by Josh McDonald. So
we've had a couple of good goals, but we haven't had a Routley's Mark of the Day contender yet.
No one's left the ground, mate. It's beautiful conditions for it too.
Tell you what, if we go home today and I haven't had the big men fly for the Routley's pie, I'm going to be really disappointed. I don't care. Bannockburn anyone. I just don't care.
Josh McDonald coming in, having his shot at his 5th goal. Runs around the left foot, drives it low and has kicked it. So Josh McDonald has 5. Werribee have 12. They move to 12-9, leading Bannockburn, who are 9-11, and we have gone nearly 23 minutes. The Green Cycling Sport, 3rd quarter.
It just took a little bit of control there for Werribee Centrals outside of their defensive 50. Couple marks, kick mark situation, then get a ball up inside 50. And J-Mac, who's been pretty quiet throughout the 3 quarters and 22 minutes that we've played here, now finally gets his name on the board in the scorer's sheet. And Central's now moved to 81-65.
How many has he kicked?
5.
He's kicked 5, you idiot, Morel.
You're thinking of Jesse Patterson too. Don't worry about it.
This in the coach and in the commentary box.
Don't worry, mate. Join the club.
Mate, he's kicked 5.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. Here we go again. Ball up. Daly over the top this time. Went back and tried to get it, but it's Kunchka. He gets the ball and delivers the ball back into their half-forward line. In front, Mark not going to be taken. Comes to ground level. Sutton back there, but I don't know whether he's moving too well, but he's out there.
He's going to get a free kick for holding the man.
And it's going to go to Josh Sutton. I'm just a little testing. I think he wants to go short with his kicks. He's not going to put the boot behind it. Don't know whether it was a cramp or what it was, but he's back there trying. He looks outside Camilleri.
Yeah, you're right,
yep,
Smithy.
he's just out there for height now, I think, just for that presence. Ball outside. Maybaum did that nicely. Goes outside. Harding. He keeps the ball alive, and the ball goes back into their half-forward line. Giles tried to keep it in the field of play, but it has gone over. And we will have a throw-in forward 50 for Bannockburn.
You're a lot cleverer than you look, Dale.
Done a few strings of me time, Grub, so I know what he's talking about and what he's dealing with out there.
Is that when you were playing your 6 games for
That's
Geelong?
when I was quick over 100, but now I went back to quick over 4. Ball thrown back in. Daly, ruck contest by himself to Carlton. Carlton goes back in towards centre wing. McDonald's there. Ball bounces, comes out the back, picked up out there. Bowden, he's tackled. He got the handball away, had plenty of time at the top. Fletcher over the top. Beardsall in some space by himself. Now he needs to deliver the ball. Goes outside and we'll find Thompson. So Thompson, the big fella, must be playing on centre wing by the looks of him. Over the top, Beardsall. Back inside to Jervis. Over the top to Beardsall. That might have been one too many. Ball, he's looking for support. Got rid of it. Didn't go very well, but the ball has now been tackled. Again, umpire lets it go. He's letting a few things go here.
Well, that's fair enough.
Now it's out to Harding. Harding quickly inside.
Jesse
placed as well. He's called the play on. He's keep going. Giles got the handball out. Goes to Rath J on the right boot. Goes across the ground.
Kick.
And he's got Harding in space by himself. And he will go back and shoot for goal.
Jesse Patterson's done another hamstring, and that's what you get for playing blokes that aren't fit. It was always a chance to happen, and he's in huge trouble here.
Quite cramped up.
That's a hamstring if I've ever seen one.
I know what a cramp feels like too. Don't worry about that, boys.
Had 2 of them last week.
Harding in front, kicks for goal. And it is a nice kick off the boot. And that's Rory Harding's first goal. And the 10th now for Bannockburn. They are 10-11, trailing Werribee on 12-9. We have gone just on the 25.5 to Grandy Cycling Sports, 3rd quarter scoreboard.
It's anyone's game right now. It's obviously 10 points either way. Bannockburn get a goal, Centrals get a goal. It's just the luck of the contest now. Who gets the handball out? Who gets the extra overlap? Who gets the inside 50 cleanly? It's a tight contest. 10 points, 26 minutes played here. Let's see where this next goal takes us. Well, 20 points at half-time. Now 10 points.
At 10 points, you have to kick multiple goals if you're Bannockburn in a row. Can't go goal for goal.
Wins that tap out, goes to Alford. Alford drives forward. Elliott in front, the ball bounces over, he's very good to recover. Wraps up in a tackle by Murdoch. Not going anywhere, and Taylor as well, so we'll have a ball up about 40 metres out from the Bannockburn goal. Daly and Kunchka both worth their way down there. Daly goes to use his height and his size. He gets beaten there, but the ball comes out the back to Camilleri. He runs around, the U-turn, gets a handball out to Culliver. Culliver throws the ball in the right boot quickly in front there. Ball gets over the back of Taylor. Done really well there was White. Probably get a free kick for holding the man there, and the umpire's seen it that way as well.
Jack Hill, the blind miner, would have seen that one, Spike.
Yeah. Yep, he would have. So White comes in looking for Mayborn. Not a great kick, but he's got support there. And Harding now looking forward to Vitalia. Vitalia flew a little bit earlier, I think, and couldn't quite that mark. Gibson did really well at ground level then there, but the ball comes back again. Finds Connor Jervis, kicks into his own teammate there. A lot of pressure here. Mayborn on the left boot. Camilleri in the best spot to take the mark, and does just that.
That's a bit of guts there.
Yeah.
Not much of him. There's Siren as Camilleri kicked it out towards Culliver. We have three-quarter time. Werribee 12-9-81 leading Bannockburn 10-11-71. Goal kickers, please, Dale.
Yeah, it's three-quarter time. Josh McDonald with 5 now. Saliba with 4. 1 each to Culliver, Taylor and Kerr. And for the Bannockburn side, 3 to Bailey Kelly. And all singles to Elliott, Mayborn, Rathjay, Alford, and the 2 Harding boys, and Sam Giles. So good effort there. So take a short break, come back, final call action, not too far away. You'll listen to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Simon over. We have an absolute cracker here. It's been a brilliant game so far. We have the home side Werribee 12-9-81 leading Bannockburn 10-11-71. Before we get some thoughts, we'll go around the grounds. We have Inverleigh 17-5-107 leading Corio 7-6-48.
Got away there.
Belmont Lions 13-13-91 leading Werribee 26.
Winch will see that be. Yep.
Winch, sorry, who did I say?
Yeah,
Werribee.
Werribee,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was good, wasn't he? Thompson, 9:13.67, leading North Geelong, 9:4.58. Bellpost Hill, 9:7.61, leading Anarchy, 5:10.40.
Close a bit.
And East Geelong, 15:12, leading Geelong West, who are 5-2. And we have one of the halftime netball scores. We have East Geelong 39, leading West 13. So, Jake, what are your thoughts, mate?
Well, you look at Bannockburn, they were 20 points down at half-time. They've now been able to reduce that margin to 10 points. And it's on the back of a 3-goal, 3rd quarter term there. They kicked 23 points. Essentially, 3 goals, 5. They could have been 4-2 or 5-1, whatever you want to call it, through there. And restricted Werribee Centrals, which is the most important part. Centrals only kicked 2 goals, 1-13. They'd kicked 5 goals in the previous 2 quarters to that. So, really good work there from Bannockburn. They just couldn't quite put enough pressure on the scoreboard to get it within a kick. It's now obviously 3 kicks the difference if they do want to win it. But the important factor is 21 scoring shots apiece between both sides. So they've definitely had ample opportunity at both ends. It's just about now who can finish with a little bit of polish, I think. So if Bannockburn can kick straight in this last quarter, they've definitely shown us that they've got the run and the capabilities of doing it. And now under the stress of Werribee Central's defence that we've seen Josh Sutton go down, and Bailey Rafferty's been able to get a little bit there. Harding's there as well. That's going to be where the pressure is. And Werribee
Could that be
Central,
the difference, do you reckon? The run, maybe?
I think it's just going to be that polish inside 50. If they can turn that 3 goals 5 into 5-3 and flip the script, they'll be in front here. And it's just then going to be Werribee Central's how they handle that pressure.
All right. So, we get Grubby's thoughts. Thanks, Grub. That was good.
Yeah, Grub's over there.
Yeah,
Grub's over there.
he's
He's doing some coaching, I think, over there. In the,
no, he's not over there.
3/4 time huddle.
Again, is he?
Yeah,
He's over there again, is he? Had a couple of charges, and he's in there giving advice. Eh? The world's worst footballer. Don't do it how I did it. There he comes with those blue shoes on. Looks like he's killed a couple of Smurfs, stomped on them. Those shoes. The Werribee huddle is broken up here. Bannockburn players already out in their positions, ready to go. We said 10-point ball game here. The result that Inverleigh have got so far, this becomes more critical this last quarter now, Dale.
Certainly does. As I said, they'd be cheering for Werribee to get over the top here, keep their season pretty much alive.
Bannockburn 21 leading Werribee 15 half-time in the netball here at Simmel Oval. So a couple of scores coming through, which is good. Just waiting for a few spectators to clear the ground. The umpire will put the ball in the air. So for the final quarter here, as we said, 10-point margin to the home side. Werribee looking to hold on and almost sew up a top 3 spot. Bannockburn looking to cement their spot in the finals. So, umpire's about to go, Dale.
Did you lay a few words out there, Grub?
Yeah, I
Tell them
said
what
a
to
few
do?
words out there. I listened to the coach and didn't hear a word he said.
So the ball is in the air for the start of the final quarter. Again, over the top, ball comes out. It's Bannockburn who will emerge with it. Elzinger the first to put the ball into their forward line. Mark not taken, picked up nicely by Giles. Into the hands of Battaglia. His kick offline. Will it land inside the field of play? No, it won't bit too much on it. Outside the boundary line, free kick going the way of O'Malley. Back pocket position.
Built like like an old GDFL full forward, Dale, and then a full back.
Yep. So O'Malley now, he's just going to go. We're going to go short. That's okay. Daly comes up, takes the mark. The big fella.
You're right. His skills are pretty good.
Yes. Yep. Ball now back towards centre wing.
gee.
This time kick straight to his opposing ruckman. Steps inside. Long kick goes back inside. Sutton going back with a flight. Ball gets over the top. Runs towards the goal square. It's going to run. Will it run through?
Oh,
Well,
no,
it has
it
been
was
touched. It has been touched.
Oh,
and that's
just.
through for a minor score. So 10-12 now to the Bannockburn side. 12-9 Werribee. Ball in quickly into Culliver. Doesn't want to waste any time this time, and he plays on and goes back towards centre wing. Again, ball, good contest there. Flicked at the back. Goes to the centre of the ground. Picked up by White. He's tackled. Umpire said
No,
try
ball it
opportunity.
up, ball it up!
Oh, no.
And the free kick is going to go to Benny Leonard. So Benny Leonard, he's not wasting any time either. He wants to go quickly. Drives the ball inside. Go looking for Saliba. Ball at the front. Kerr had it, lost it. Pambles over the top. Nicely to Carlton. Steps back inside. Went outside to O'Malley. Little chip to Saliba.
Not 15.
Played on. Ball now comes out in the hands of White for Bannockburn. Goes inside to Jervis, back inside to White. So they run now from the half-back line. Doesn't want to do too much with it. Alzinger gets the ball back out into the hands of Harding. Did the right thing, put the ball into the forward line. Kelly comes up and takes the mark. Sutton, his leg is no good at all. Ball goes quickly out to the forward line. Out the back, Battaglia takes the mark over the back, and he will go back and shoot for his first goal of the afternoon. He's got one behind, and this will close things up once again. So Tristan Battaglia.
You've got the momentum, the Tigers.
Yeah, they've just started nicely. Needs to finish here. And he has. He has got his first of the afternoon, the 11th now for the Bannockburn side. They move to 11-12. They trail Werribee on 12-9. 2 minutes gone. Final quarter, Connect-Tel, final quarter scoreboard.
They're actually playing the better football. Werribee Central's making a few mistakes. A little bit of a bad one. I reckon the umpire's done a terrific job, but he got a bad one against Bannockburn there. I thought he had no prior opportunity, and he needs to finish off. Smithy, you could have kicked that, and you're 67 years old.
Thank you. Is it now time maybe to move something forward and put one of the other O'Halloran back to steady things down? Because he can't go with them down there, I don't think.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if O'Halloran can play back.
Okay.
Taylor could be the option, I think.
Yeah, well, that might be.
Or Kerr. You lose a fair bit
know.
from there. Don't know.
I think Taylor's one. Anyway, back in the middle now, Daly and Kunchka to do battle again. Ball in the air now. Daly flies high, does win that one down, and almost a sputter up and do it again. Now Kunchka beats him to it. That Daly ends up with it in the end. Can't get the hands free. The ball drops out. McDonald fighting for it with Harding. So umpire will come in and say, I will ball it up again. That was White actually get off the ground then. So the ball in the air. Daly does win that one down out in front of Culliver. Gets that cruel bounce handball over top to Maybourne. Maybourne has Phillips out wide. Can't quite control the ball. Got Camilleri hot in his tail now. Camilleri did really well there to force the ball out. Ends up back in the hands of De Leon. Then goes back to Culliver. Culliver throws it on the right boot. Coming out it now is Taylor. But standing in front was White.
Ben Leonard.
It was a fantastic grab there by Pat White. White comes out wide here looking for Harding. Finds him. So Rory Harding, true centre wing here. Plays on. McKenzie tries to get it going with the end there. There's no need for that sort of stuff. Sutton pushed out of that one completely if I've ever seen anything in my life. But Talia runs onto it, tries to get off the ground, can't do so. Picked up and handballed out wide. De Leon has a bit of time, finds Murdoch. Murdoch had Taylor out if he moved quickly, but he's held up. Now he's going to go across the goal, but that didn't happen. So now he just decides to go long towards Kunchka, who stands his ground and takes the mark. So Josh Kunchka's been very good today. He drives Bannockburn back into attack. Rathje worked his way to the front. Sutton did really well there, but picked up by Maybourne. Maybourne throws it on the right boot. Goes up. This could land in the hands here of Bannockburn. It certainly does.
Harding.
We have Brody Harding with the ball. He has one. His brother also has one, so it's going to be bragging rights in the household. So kicks this one. It would put a Bannockburn in front. There's a bit of a breeze around, Grub, but I can't see which way it's going. Mate, you went out there at quarter time, three-quarter time?
No,
nothing?
Don't worry about the
Just
wind.
blowing into the box.
Yeah, don't worry about the wind.
So Brody Harding,
out of the box.
25 out, comes in. Goal umpire moves across, says it's through for a minor score. So that's 11-13 now to Banno, trailing Werribee, who are 12-9. We've gone 5 minutes. Connect-Tel, final quarter.
Geez, that was pretty important.
It was.
Every kick's important for goal at this stage of the game.
Absolutely it is.
But that's the one that puts him in front. And when you've got the momentum, it's hard to get it back.
So O'Malley's doing the kicking in duties, and he will go short to the back pocket, and we'll find his teammate out there in Murdoch.
He's going to kick it to Kunchka again, I think.
Well, he's got Sutton in short, but he went back to O'Malley. O'Malley decided to go, and now he's put himself on a bit of pressure.
No.
He kicked straight to Phillips, and he missed De Leon, but I think he, as soon as he changed his mind there, I think he was under pressure and had to make a kick decision.
So what do you do?
Kick long.
Long and outside.
Kick long. That's exactly right. They're making some terrible blues down there.
He's a right-footed. You give me a right. Got to teach that Giles kid to. Where's Robbie? So Phillips from centre half forward kicks that goal out. Umpire does not move, Jigger. Straight through the umpire, the umpire's head. And Bannockburn will take the lead. They move to 12-13. They lead Werribee 12-9. And that is Phillips' first goal of the afternoon. We have gone 6 minutes. Connect-Tel, final quarter scoreboard.
Bannockburn's had the first 5 scoring shots of this last quarter. 2 goals, 2 points, and 1 out of bounds on the full. It's complete pressure and it's complete going one way. Centrals have had no control anywhere they go, down the line, up in the air. Bannockburn's had an answer here and 5 scoring shots. It's going to be an avalanche. They lead now by 4 points. Played 6 minutes. Centrals have to change something up. It's danger zone right now for Werribee Centrals.
I think they've been well beaten since half time.
I reckon the rotation now. I know it's Sutton. I know he's trying his best out there, but and then you've got Patterson as well. It's a big hole.
So Daly wins that one down. Crennan runs onto it, does really well. Gets a handball out to McKenzie. McKenzie throws it on the right boot into the bit of space, looking for Saliba. Saliba held the jumper there of Bowden, but he got away with it. Marnie kicks off the ground, but McDonald runs onto it, throws on the left boot. It's going to land in the goal square. Who flies? Ball gets punched away towards the boundary line. Boundary line going to win. We'll have a throw in. 15, 20 metres round from the Werribee behind post. So they desperately need the next one here from this foray. Get themselves back in front and see if they can change the momentum of this game. So O'Halloran and Bath do battle. O'Halloran wins that one down, but doesn't clear the congestion too well. Crennan gets a handball out over the top. Marnie runs onto it, runs out, tackled as he kicked the ball, but goes over the back. Very well done there. That's Stoyers. Stoyers comes through, centres the ball for Culliver, and Culliver takes the mark. Crowd appealing for a 50, but I don't think it was there.
Culliver's going to use this man on the mark to get that little bit extra ground, I think.
He trips the ball out wide instead in the Saliba direction. Coming across very, very well. There was Barth done really well. Gets a handball over to Harding. Harding now turns, runs down the line. Murdoch in best place to take the mark, and he does. So Werribee will go back inside 50 again. No, they won't. They'll go backwards. It's a tough kick, dangerous kick there, but Gibson's up to the task. So Gibson, true centre wing.
Not sure that gained him anything, really.
Didn't really. He might have come back to Murdoch, I think, out here, and he does. Murdoch probably need to run. Drives it long this time from probably the spot he had the mark not long ago. Ball gets over the back, lands in the hands of Kerr. Kerr takes off, goes to Banana, and has kicked the goal! Kerr gets his second, the 13th for Werribee. They move to 13-9 now. Back in front, leading Bannockburn to a 12-13, and we have ticked over nearly 9 minutes. Connect to a final quarter.
Well, that might. Where were we at? Might be a contender for what?
Athlete's
the
foot, mate.
athlete's foot goal of the day.
Have you knocked that screen over? Have you knocked that screen over?
Yeah. And I tell you, I can't understand. Murdoch didn't put it in, then he went back, then he did put in. You've got to do first impressions.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground, tapped out. It's going to be Jervis that comes away with it. His kick wasn't that great. Goes backwards. He looks like he's going to be the first one to go back and get it again. Has a second effort. This time goes out wide. Phillips, best position.
That's
takes
a better kick.
Good mark. So he now has things to settle down for Bannockburn. Player in the middle of the ground. He's not going to look inside just yet. He's going to go towards centre half forward. Unfortunately, the big fella standing there is Daly, and he takes the mark. So Daly now, he weighs up his options. He goes long, slow and outside, but it's going to be okay. Mark will be taken out there by Camilleri.
He's been good today.
Yeah, he has.
Oh.
He's good that day at Cryer, we saw him too,
Yeah,
I reckon.
he's going to be a good kid, I think.
Back inside. Ball now. O'Malley, that kick was dangerous. No. Oh, I'll tell you what, any further, Sutton wouldn't have been able to bend over and grab that. So Josh Sutton did nicely. He's out there, a little short chip up over the top. The kick wasn't great off the boot again, but it's got to the target. This time Culliver comes outside. Kick was touched off the boot. Goes to Stoyers. Run back inside. Goes into the hands now of Culliver once again. His kick's also very, very good.
Too,
into the hands of Kerr. Kerr now goes into towards the full forward position. In front, O'Halloran doesn't take the mark. To Young, to Bowden. Sells a bit of candy. Put it Young under a bit of pressure. Got through the contest. Bath, his kick is going to be turning straight back over. And it's in the hands of McKenzie. So McKenzie, I'm not too sure of his kicking ability, but he's right on the 50-metre line. Would have to kick it every bit at
too far. Just a
55.
touch too far, Smithy, I think.
Chesterman comes past him. He's got a short chipped an option to him now, but he's going to load up. He's going to go long. It will land in the top of the goal square. No! Just couldn't quite bring it down. That could have been mark of the day.
He's got one in the head, is he?
Was that Saliba?
Yeah.
It was, and he has been taken high. Will go back from the top of the goal square and look at his 5th of the afternoon.
It's so hard to tackle a bloke who's diving forward. And it's not ducked ahead, it's not dropped the legs, he's diving forward, and it's so hard to tackle him, and he just couldn't manage to tackle him fairly.
So Saliba directly in front of goal. comes in, and he has kicked his 5th goal of the afternoon. The 14th now for Werribee. They move to 14-9. Bannockburn on 12-13. 11 minutes gone. Connect tell. Final quarter scoreboard.
I think there's been a clear change of Werribee Central's plan. You can just see, I know that we just questioned Max Murdoch's positioning in terms of his kick, but I think that's the game plan now. Let's go kick mark, slow it down. Let's not give Bannockburn too much run, because once they get the run on Bannockburn, they look good. They had the first 5 scoring shots. Now Central's had a couple kick marks. Once they get forward to centre, you've seen Kerr play on, get it inside 50. So definitely a little bit of a shift going on here for Werribee, and it's looking good. They've kicked 2 goals to 2 goals, 2 points there for Banno.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Bannockburn aren't out of it, because you watch. They'll rebound because they're a very good side. They're playing pretty good footy, and it's been a terrific game.
Oh, that's what we said. It's been probably one of the better ones we've seen all year.
In the middle there, Kunchka wins that tap down, but only as far as Chesterman. Chesterman goes forward, Taylor in spot to take this mark, but timely hand there. Handball over top to Beards, or Beards on the left boot. Not a bad kick there in front of Alford. Couldn't quite take the mark. Chesterman just bumps him off the ball. Fighting hard for it now. Ball's been wrapped up.
If there's one person you don't want to bump from, it's from Chesty, that's for sure.
Well, that's fine, but as long as you keep your eye on the ball and try and get the footy as well, you've got to combine those two things.
So, ball in the air now, tapped down. Taylor waltzes through the pack, dispossessed. Alford picks it up. Pressure on here, done really well there was Kunchka, goes to Justin. Justin is tackled from 2 directions. The umpire looking around says, no, I'll have it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I agree.
Belpo still blown out to a 38-point lead made over Anarchy.
That's us.
And Thompson are 9 points in front of North Geelong. So,
close.
Ball in the air now. Kunchka versus O'Halloran. Kunchka wins that one down. Jervy tries to get it. Carlton raffles in for it. And
they both have a bit of a grin. They both wanted it pretty bad.
We'll just have a bit of a smile and we'll do it all again. Up we go again. O'Halloran uses his strength and just grabs the ball out of air, kicks it long in the Kerr direction. Did well, put the one hand up, but Fletcher Wilson did really well in the end. Turned it around, goes long. Taylor in position here. Can't quite take the mark. Battaglia and Gibson. Gibson done well. Goes to Sutton. Sutton handballs the ball out wide to Camilleri again. Camilleri goes even further to Stoyas. Stoyas now longer down the line. Well done by Marnie. Got in front of McDonald there, took the mark. So, Marnie for Bannockburn. True centre wing, far side of the ground here in front of the scoreboard at Simon Oval. Told to play on, does so. Gets around McDonald like he's a witch's hat, then trips the ball over the top and only finds Camilleri, who takes the ball and plays on really quickly. Puts the ball out in front of McDonald now. It's where he gets him on the rebound. McDonald on the left, stops and props. Ball dispossessed, but done well to pick it up. Good smother there. But anyway, ball kicked forward again. Kerr in front here. Just goes to ground at the crucial time. Didn't need to fall. Chesterman dives in, picks the ball up. Umpire comes in and says, we'll have a bounce. About 50 metres out from the Werribee goal. Next goal becomes very crucial in this game. It's just been an absolutely outstanding contest. Ball in the air now. So Young wings that one down for Werribee. Umpire said it's held in. We'll do it all again. So we're 5 metres closer to the Werribee goal here. We've gone nearly 15 minutes. Connect our final quarter here at Simon Oval. So ball in the air. O'Halloran wins that one down convincingly. Really done well there was McDonald, but Wilson stood in his way. Ball has been bundled out of bounds. 20 metres round from the Werribee behind post. We'll have a ball in. It's the first probably continuous stoppages we've had for the whole game. Players getting a bit tired, Grub.
Well, that's what happens in a game that's played at such a fast pace. You have to get tired.
Anyway, ball comes in, O'Halloran in front, just belts the ball forward. Kerr was in best position, couldn't quite grab it. Lands in the hands of Wilson. Kerr wraps him up in a tackle. And we all have a ball. So 4 in a row. There's usually a free kick paid after 3 or 4 in a row. So see what happens here. Ball goes up in the air. O'Halloran taps one over the back towards goal, and it's landed in the hands of Chesterman, who has probably risen from his slump, Grubby, and put that one through. The 15th for Werribee. 15-9 now leading Bannockburn, who are 12-13, and we have ticked over 15.5. Connecto, final quarter.
I was going to say about 5 minutes ago, after a couple of Chesterman touches, he hasn't had his greatest day. We know he can play footy, but he hasn't had his greatest day, but he's still running as hard now as he was earlier. And I was going to say, he could be the man that can turn this game. And he hasn't yet. But a goal like that has given them a nice little lead. And Chesterman, as I say, it's great to see a bloke who's down a bit, keep coming.
So back in the middle we go. Again, this time it comes out through the ruckman in Kunchka. Gets the ball into the half-forward line. Ball now sits around there. Harding went after it, collected it, got the handball back outside. Giles, Battaglia kicks the ball back to the hot spot. Up there, Jervis, and he has taken the mark.
Fantastic grab.
He's played a pretty good game too, I reckon,
Oh,
today.
I don't think he plays a bad one. I really don't think he plays a bad game.
He plays the same game
Yep.
every week.
Yep.
Every single week. He's been a great player for
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So Connor Jervis now, 25 out, almost directly in front, and would need to kick this for Bannockburn to have a show,
He'll kick it
and
all right.
he has done exactly that. So he gets his first of the afternoon. And the 13th now for Bannockburn. They move to 13-13. Werribee on 15-9. We have gone 17 minutes. Connect tell, final quarter scoreboard.
I think now if you're Bannockburn, you just got to roll the dice. You just got to push everything forward. Don't worry about going back. Don't worry about going sideways. Let's just get it inside 50. Let's put some pressure on Werribee Central's defence. Let's see how they can hold up for the next 10 or 12 minutes. Because once they do that, I just think that's when it's in its motion. If Bannockburn stop and hold up, they're going to waste too much time on the clock. With 8 points the difference here, 99 plays 91 on a ripper game on a Saturday afternoon right here at Simmel Oval.
I know I'm a dinosaur,
Yes.
but 17 minutes in, the way Jervis, what he's doing, I don't stick your rotations where they fit. Jervis stays on the ground.
Ball in the air now. Daly wins this one down convincingly. Ball just bounced away from Carlton, but Jews did really well. Gets a handball over to Culliver. Culliver driving where he forward. O'Halloran gets to the front of the pack, brings the ball to ground. Oh, Bowden trying to get away. Kerr ran him down. Has been rewarded with the free kick.
Gee, that's stiff, that.
He took one step, didn't he?
Yeah, that's very stiff.
And Kerr had all the momentum coming through.
But he was running fast.
Yes,
Yeah, he was
that's what I
coming. And look, it's not fair. It is a free kick. It's umpire's got the right decision, but it's just not fair when it happens like that. If I umpire, I call play on.
Yeah.
Because of the situation, which I suppose you're not allowed to do. You've got to follow the rules. But I've never been a rule follower.
No, well, Kerr coming in, 30 metres out, 35 metres out, almost directly in front, looking for his third. He has pushed that one to the right. So Kerr has 2-2 for the afternoon. Where he's first behind for the last quarter. They moved
Kerr
15-10.
2-2.
Kerr 2-2. 15-10, 13-13. We have gone 8.5. Connect our final quarter.
Ball in the hands of... this time it was Wilson kicking in from the full-back position, comes out towards centre wing, ball gets out the back. Daly has to trap it, did so, went over the top of it, needs to get it out now.
Hold the ball
Umpire
here.
will see what's he going to do.
Oh, did he dive on it?
Well, he sat over the top of it. I don't think he actually dived on it. He
did he?
sat
Oh,
over.
I think he fell.
Sat over the
Let
top
me
of it.
ask this. Did he actually...
Stumbled.
Did he drag it in a bit?
Oh, yeah, look, as I
Yes.
said, don't know. About this time, ruck contest goes into Young. Young was going to put boot to ball, but Carlton come across the front of him, chopped it off. Goes now into the half-forward line. Kerr in front. Ball comes to ground. Again, Beardsall this time at ground level. It's going to be Crennan that comes out of the contest. Handball goes to Carlton, to Chesterman. A little bit of strength gets out of there. Goes towards Kerr. Went through his legs. He went back after it. Ball on the ground once again. Picked up by Thompson. Goes long back towards the centre wing. In front, Harding. Didn't take the mark. Stoyers is right with him. Camilleri was tackled. Ball comes out. Stoyers got the handball away and freed up his teammate there, and McKenzie outside. Ball goes into the hands now and is kicked forward by Leonard. Leonard goes down. The spoil has been made. Ball runs towards the centre half back position. Camilleri comes after the... Sorry, it wasn't. It was Culliver. Went after the ball. Got to his feet. It was Crennan. He got the ball into the half forward line. Ball now is boggling around. Marnie picks the ball up. Running player Bowden on the outside. Kicks the ball into the half-forward line. Gibson went across. Took a line. Fine mark. Transferred play across the ground. And found McKenzie in some space. Goes to Leonard. Again, a little bit of ball control. Kick was okay. Had to be and was. So now Chesterman... Sorry.
Chesterman.
No,
Leonard.
he was going to
Leonard.
go to Chesterman. That's where he was going to go, I thought, initially. So Leonard now on centre wing. Little chip up over the top. Had to be a good kick. Wasn't because the spoil has been made. Hands of Beardsall. Now looks up. Banana around the boundary line, goes towards Kelly, went over the top of his head, stays in the field of play, so it's dangerous. Gibson, well, went to ground, picked up out there, tackle was made. No prior opportunity there, Grub. Good call, and umpire will come in and take possession.
Geez, that kick really had to hit its target, didn't it? Went just over his head. It had to hit the target.
It lands in his hands, and it's a big chance.
on the ground,
ball
Jervis.
back out
Yeah,
there
they
now.
need Jervis back on the ground straight
Kelly
away.
gets the ball, handball
Shouldn't have
comes
bloody
out the
come
back,
off.
goes to Chesterman. Now it's in the hands of Beardsall, looks up, kicks round the body. Battaglia by himself. Mayborn, centre half forward, kicks towards goal. Kicks got too much on it, too wide, out of bounds on the full. Needed to score there. Handball. Sutton kicks over the top and will find Camilleri in the back pocket. And Camilleri now will kick further afield. Nice kick. Weight was good. Mark has been taken. So they move the ball to outside defensive 50. Gibson going back this time to Culliver. Again, he's now with ball, but they're back closer to goal than they were. Culliver goes back outside. Camilleri. Just a little bit of control, as we said before. And he's going to play and go back inside. We'll find Chesterman. They still haven't got the ball outside 50. That's 4 or 5 attempts. Let's hope the next one comes out. Goes towards Sutton. And it's been chipped off there because Brody Harding has chipped in and he has taken the mark. He's not wasting any time.
Great.
Goes long, back outside, and the mark has been dropped. Picked up by De Leon. Ball goes back outside, goes towards Crennan, but too much on it and goes out of bounds. So as we tick towards 22 minutes, it is Werribee Central's 15-10, Bannockburn 13-13.
Geez, he really needed to mark that, didn't he? I thought he had it all the way.
Fair grab at it.
Anyway, still in Bannockburn's attacking zone here. Daly looks like he's doing better with Maybaum. Daly just wins it with the height advantage. Culliver punches it further forward. Murdoch runs into it. Ooh, might have a look at it, dropping the ball. The umpire says no. Marnie picks it up, tries to break one. Does really gets a handball over to Giles. Giles with the centering kick, but only as far as Gibson, who has been really good down there today.
He has.
He has been very good.
Chesterman hamstring.
Ethan Gibson.
Oh, no.
Possibly, or cramp. I'm not too sure.
I hope it's cramp for his sake.
Gibson been told to play on now. Does so, gets around Kelly, then drives the ball long. Far side of the ground. Pack forms. Kunchka gets hands to the ball. Couldn't quite take the mark. The Crennan there just runs through, picks it up, has a bounce, takes it to true centre wing, drives it forward looking for Kerr, gets over the back. Saliba leads in the race, does really well, picks it up, swings on the right boot, looks in the middle there, players everywhere. Harding nearly takes the mark, but the ball comes to the ground now. White just throws it on the boot, kicks it long out there. Picking the ball up now is Elzinger. Does really well, gets around one. Now he's in all sorts of space, has one bounce. Doesn't have a second, just drives Bannockburn long. Sutton looks like he's in a good spot to take this mark. He's knocked off the ball there by Kelly. Vitalia done well. Get the ball to ground. Leon doesn't let him go. Keeps the feet. Handball over to Culliver again. So running the ball out now is Camilleri. Camilleri handballs over to Murdoch. Murdoch looking down the line, goes short and finds Crennan, goes over his head, lands in the hands of Thompson. Thompson runs to 50, sinks a slipper in, not the greatest kick you'll see off the boot. De Leon drops what he probably could have taken. Battaglia off the ground. Umpire has said touch. So Tristan Battaglia has his second behind. The 14th of Bannockburn, 13-14, 15-10 to Werribee, and we have gone 24 minutes. Connect to our final quarter.
Game on. De Leon in the back pocket has the ball from a short kick in from full back. He's surely won't go across goal. Plays on now. Short kick was okay. Mark taken out there. Leonard once again. So Leonard now just directing a team to come across the ground. He wants to go to his ruckman, and that's a good spot to go to. Daly's up in front, ball from behind, front of the contest, picked up out there. It's going to work okay. Taylor's going to emerge with it, out to O'Malley. Has Taylor running past, Young outside, goes back inside, back to Taylor, under pressure now, got the handball away, went to the hands of Crennan. He puts boot to ball and goes back into their half-forward line, going back. Jeremy takes the mark, and he will go and continue to run.
Should have been on.
Gets the handball outside, goes towards Thompson from centre half back, kicks out wide, kick over the top. Races on. Murdoch is out there. Player with Elliott. Both players go pretty hard. Ball will see the boundary line and it will go over.
That was a really good result there. I thought Bannockburn were away then. It was a good result for Murdoch to just force it over the boundary line. And no deliberate either, Smithy.
No. So ball now, as I said, in between half forward, centre wing. Bannockburn's attacking end. Thompson doing the ruck work. Daly did that nicely. Back towards Carlton. Front of the contest. Not too sure who's now over the top of it, but it doesn't matter because Daly's gone back in and just rips the ball out of the contest. It's the Culliver that emerges now and goes back into their half-forward line. Out the back, Young's there. Ball comes back to the front of the contest. Again, it's kicked back into their forward line. We're talking Werribee, and the ball is bouncing around. Bowden went after it, picked the ball up on the right boot, goes quickly back towards centre wing, but the mark is going to be taken out there, and that is by Young of Werribee. So he's just now going to slow things down. Has passage out the back. Camilleri in some space by himself, and he's going to go back further now.
I don't like this.
Neither
I don't
I,
like
Grub.
it.
One of these times it's going to turn over. They'll make the mistake, but Camilleri has got the ball now. He decides to run and carry and kicks forward, coming up with the
That's what
ball.
you
That's
do.
a great-looking kick, and the mark has been taken out there. So they now go long into their forward half. O'Halloran in best position, puts the hand up. Ball comes to the front. Saliba picks up, can finish the game, and it has gone across the goals and through for a minor score. Saliba with 5-2 for the afternoon. 15-11 now, Werribee, and 13-14 Bannockburn. 26 gone. Final quarter.
Ball straight in there by Beardsall. Finds Jervis. Jervis plays on, goes the spire, and must be in close to end of time. That's going to almost land in Batalia's arms. Trips over his own feet. Camilleri comes through the other way. He falls over his own feet too. Well done there by White. Wins it. Gets over to Batalia now. Bannockburn going forward. One-on-one contest. Sutton behind. Probably, yep, the umpire's paid the hold. So Kelly will have a chance here. He has 3 on the afternoon. Tough kick. Kicking from probably right on 50. Deep in the pocket here. Was that 3 to go?
Yeah, we have a good 3, I reckon.
So Bailey Kelly coming in. Just pops the ball up in the air into the dangerous spot. Ball gets over the back, falls in the hands of Phillips has turned around, thrown the ball in the boot, and has hit the post from point blank range.
They've had 9 scoring shots this quarter, Bannockburn.
So, who's charged with bringing it in? The ball has landed out here. Just a long kick down the line, looking in the O'Halloran direction. He flies on his own, takes the mark in front of Kunska. O'Halloran now. Just going to come short over here to Saliba. There's a bit of hang time there. So Saliba got time. Going backwards again. You've just got to be spot on with this, Grub.
I don't mind going back that far. The other one back 30 was a bit of a worry, but...
Short again, and there we go. Over to Culliver.
The way to win the game is to kick one more goal.
It doesn't matter. There is
late.
the siren. So, Werribee Centrals 15-11 101 have defeated Bannockburn 13-15-93. Can we have some goal kickers, please, Dale?
Yes, for the winning side and the home side, Werribee, Josh McDonald and Cam Saliba, both with 5, 2 to Kerr, 1 to Culliver, Taylor and Chesterman. And for Bannockburn, Bailey, Kelly with 3, 1 each to Elliott, Batalia, Maybaum, Jervis, Rathshay, Phillips, Alford, Harding, Giles. Take a short break. We'll come back with a short wrap-up. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, the home of local football.
Park, we have witnessed an absolute ripping contest here. Werribee holding on 15-11, defeating Bannockburn 13-15. Couple around the ground scores we get to. The A-grade netball, East 74 defeated West 32. And the final score, Thompson 60 have defeated North Geelong. So that is the netball scores we have so far. The footy scores around the ground. As such, Inverleigh 141 have defeated Cry 51, so a 90-point win there. Belmont 100 in front of Winch 45 at the moment. Thompson 11-14, 80 currently lead. North Geelong 12-6, 78. 15 and a half gone, or 16 gone in the last quarter.
They're not gone yet, North.
Bellpost Hill 16-7, 103 have defeated Bannockburn 6-13, 49.
That's huge.
East Geelong 2014, 134 have defeated the Giants 5-3, 33. The Bellpost Hill result is massive, a 9-goal win. So.
Can I have the Belmont result again, please?
The Belmont game, it's still live, mate. So it's 14-16, 100 to Winch 6-9, 45.
It's a flogging then,
It is a flogging. So I'm just looking at the live. Yeah, 25 and a half gone in the last quarter, mate. So she's nearly over down there. All right, Grubby, Jaco, you want to give us your rundown of what your thoughts were, Grubby, and take that bloody jumper off.
Well, I reckon the bloke that's been smarter all day, there goes the swearer.
The swearer.
See you, Billy. King Billy. I think the bloke who's been more clever all day might start off So off you go, Jake.
Well, I think the second half, Bannockburn had their chances, didn't they? They had 15 scoring shots to 8 in the second half, and we spoke about it at the edge of three-quarter time. They kicked 3-5, and in the last quarter they kicked 3-4. They had the chances, and they looked like they had the run, but Werribee Central's just weathered the storm. Yes, to Robbie's to miss. They kicked backwards 30, 40 metres, but they just held on to the football, and I think they killed enough time off the clock to be able to come around with an 8-point victory today. And I think that's on the back of last week against Winch. You know, when you lose by 34 points, it kind of just knocks you around a little bit, and you find some motivation in a close game. And I think that's what Werribee Centrals did just there, and they now go to a 5-1 record over the last 6 games, compared to now Bannockburn 3-3 and sit right on the edge of those finals. So Centrals just having a little bit extra hunt there and a little bit of extra motivation from last week's game, I think got them over the line there. Grubby?
Yeah, look, I agree with you. I got to admit, I just kept thinking that Werribee might break away and break them up. But, geez, they were gutless, no, gutful, I should say. They showed guts. They showed determination. They showed that they could move the ball as well as anybody in the comp. You know, without Kieran Fulton, without Luke Bowden, without all those kids, Hose, Perkins, Elzinger, and there's one more too, I think. But, look, without all those blokes, they were undermanned. Werribee had a couple out, fair enough. But they just kept going all day. And that's finals footy. Now, Bannockburn now, they have got to win another game.
Yep, absolutely.
They have to win another game.
They've got to win 2, Grub. They've got to win these 2.
2?
They've got to win both. Otherwise, if Inverleigh win both,
they're 2
they're
points
out.
behind.
So what have they got? They've got Belmont Lions away and then Bellpost at home.
Yep. And
I can't see them. I don't know if they can beat Belmont or Belmont.
Well, Inverleigh then have to lose a game for Bannockburn to stay in the finals.
And the way Anarchy went today, you would suggest that might not happen.
And Belpost have now won 3 in a row, so that makes...
Well, they can't make it, you
No,
idiots.
but I'm talking
they're saying for the last game.
Bannockburn, last game.
I think the only thing that is, I think the Falcons have a break next week. Whether they allow the 2 kids to come back and play in that side, that will be the only thing that would maybe help them. But other than that, as I said, they're... Well, as I said, if they run out with the same they had today, they're a fair chance of beating Belmont anyway.
Well, they are, but
yeah, look, as I said, there's a group going forward. It's a good base to have.
It's a fantastic base to have. And what I'm saying is the way they play their football today, it would be a shame if they didn't finish 5th.
Yes.
A huge shame.
Yep.
Because they play the football that we like to sit here and watch, that the spectators, they play a great brand of football. And they, at one stage in that last quarter, I thought they were going to win. They kicked that goal, and Werribee Central went down and kicked a goal, but I thought they were going to win. They had the momentum. I don't know what the scores say, but I reckon they'll say Bannockburn probably won the second half. or close to it.
Yep.
And as I say, I just kept thinking Werribee are playing well enough to run away and win this in a canter, and Bannockburn wouldn't let them. Their kids were fantastic. I have to go through them. Some of those blokes, like I thought Fletcher Wilson was okay. Elliott was good. Marnie was good. Josh Kunchka is going to try. I'm going to try and find a way to get him in my votes, but I'm not quite sure I can. Although I'll sound very biased when it comes up. White was good. Jackson Elzinger. Bailey Kelly. How good was Bailey Kelly?
Yeah.
You know, and you also got Jervis, who's not a kid, but I thought they probably took him off at the wrong time. I think he should have enough stamina to stay on that game, and it may have made a difference the way he was going. Young Phillips was good. Alford was good. Thompson was good. Justin was okay. So Luke Young was very, very good. They've got a lot of young blokes out there. The Harding boys are going to be good kids, and Sammy Giles is going to be a good kid. So in the future, they've got a nucleus of a very good side. You throw if you can. I'm not sure how many of those kids that are at the Falcons are ever going to come back. And I hope they don't, for their sake, because they're good kids. But some of those, like Kieran Fulton kicks 5 or 6 goals every time he plays against Centrals. I can promise you that. So they really missed him. So, go on, you want to say something. Go on.
21.5-minute mark, fourth quarter. North Geelong 91, leading Thompson 81.
Wow. Wow, that's going to throw a huge cat amongst the pigeons. And Werribee won here, which makes them safe if that's the result going to be the result. Johnny Mitchell will be crying tonight because he thought they were going to win the flag.
So June last week.
No, I said they could compete
didn't.
if they got better and better and better, but they've gone better and better, and obviously not so great today. But Werribee will have a great game here then next week if North Geelong are in that form.
Yes.
So what a great competition. Balpo still look like they're going to finish last. They've won a couple of games.
They've won 5 now.
There you go. They won early, but then they won 2 or 3 late. That's fantastic. And
That's Thompson. They could beat Thompson twice in the season.
Who's that? North. Yeah, they could.
Well, how great's the competition? It looks like it's over, then it's not. It looks like it's over, and then it's not. I didn't go through the Werribee Central's players. I think Mackenzie was okay. McDonald, he was no good. He only kicked 1 joke, didn't he? But finished with 5.
I'll never live that one down.
Maxie Murdoch, Crennan, Sutton. Well, you picked that. Sutton shouldn't have been on the ground, but they had to leave him for height. And it nearly cost them a couple of times, I must admit that. DeLeon was okay. Tate Kalmu was great. Yep. Kirker's a young kid. He's going to be a good player. Even blokes like Gibson and Porter, they got goals kicked on them, but they did do a pretty good little bit in attack. Daniel Stores has probably played his best game. Brody Taylor's going to be all right. Look, there's a lot of kids playing today, and they're going to make sure that the GDFL stay a fantastic competition for the future.
I've got to say, Dale made a comment before we came back on our three-quarter time. He'd love to see the under 18 interleague come back. And the kids on display, the young men on display today for both sides who could play under 18 and under 19s. How good would it be seeing those blokes run around in the same side?
Yeah, you'd really love to look at that because the football would be beautiful to watch.
I reckon like even an under 21s as well.
Yeah, Colts.
Yep.
Colts.
Yeah,
Yep.
under 21s I think would have an amazing array of talent from all the teams that we've got here.
Every side, like you talk about, you said Belpo, still they've got about 8 of them that could play in it.
Yeah.
Corio probably got 5.
Yeah, that's what you want
That's
in
what I'm
this
saying.
competition.
There's that many out there. Even your East Geelong's probably got players who can play in there. The older sides like that have got players who can run around. It would be brilliant. So 24 minutes now. It's still 10 points now, Grub.
But hang on, before you go, while we've got you here, are there some kids that you've got in the 18s that can be senior players next year?
Yeah, 100%. Tyson Stevens, unfortunately, got knocked
KO'd,
out today with a broken nose. But he played senior football as a 16-year-old 2 years ago and had a small opportunity this year. He was the captain of the side. And credit to him, put his hand up and said, I want to focus on the under-18s and did that same as Max Murdoch last year. And he'll move into senior football and be seamless, just like Max Murdoch and Robbie Sutherland and those young kids have this season. We've got a couple of ruckmen, Rowan Crawford, who was at Western Jets. He'll come up and play senior footy at some stage as well. Joel Croswell, I think that you guys covered a couple of weeks ago from the 18s come up. He's a good backman, good body shape, ready for senior football. And we are actually predominantly bottom age, so there's only 5 or 6 to go up. But the 5 or 6 to go up
add to the mix that I think there's 20-odd plus that have added to the senior list over the last 2 seasons. So Essentials at the moment are at that stage where they're like, can we get a thirds team up? Because our reserves are keeping out 12 to 15 players each and every weekend.
With ring-ins.
Which is a problem. It's a good problem to have, but also how do you keep all the talent in one club? So the club's doing really well at the moment in terms of talent coming through. 16s are in the finals, 14s are in the finals. So it's a really good pathway that's happening here at Werribee Centrals.
A good thing, 'cause we haven't got all night, mate.
Anyway, Grub, what I was going to say,
Interfere with his
with
drinking.
with the way things are at the moment as it stands, if North beat Thompson, so East to 60, Werribee 52, Belmont 48. If Thompson lose, that's the top 3 set.
That can't be right.
It is. They've already added the points from the games that are over.
Oh, I didn't think that was right.
So 16, 15, Belmont, because Belmont still lost. Belmont go to 52. So that means the top 3 are set.
Yeah, so Belmont will stay second.
No,
if they win.
Well, if they win, they get a second. Yes,
Yeah.
second, third doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So then Thompson will be on 40, Bannockburn on 36, Inverleigh 34, North Geelong 32.
Wow.
Right, but North Geelong Inverleigh's percentage is not great. Then Winch on 24, Belpo still 20, Anarchy 16, Cryo 10, Geelong West 8. So that opens up things could happen that change. So we've got a very good, fun bit coming into the season. Still 10 points the margin. All right.
I can't find me page, but I've got a page there where I'm pretty sure North have got. I think they've got Werribee and Belmont.
Yeah. But I'm just saying it does open it up.
It opens it up. It opens it up, but they've got North and Belmont. They'll have to play extra well to win those 2 games.
27 minutes score, mate, and it's still 10 points the margin.
Bloody Whitley and Estridge are going home already. Not even going to stay for the celebrations. What's going on, boys?
Well, the senior citizens bus.
Thanks for coming down.
Thanks, Nev. Good to see you. All right, gents, we've done to cover the netball scores that we've already got. We've done the round the grounds. I want your votes.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, mate.
Gee. Oh, I've done mine.
Rightio, then read them out.
Right. 1 vote.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I got 2 players for 1 vote.
Is this what you were telling me a little bit earlier?
What an idiot he is.
Yeah.
Anyway, go, mate.
Me 1 vote goes to Max Murdoch and Josh Kunchka.
Rightio.
I couldn't separate them.
Okay, that's fine, mate. You do what you like.
Me 2 votes go to Tate Camilleri.
Yep.
And me 3 votes all day, all 4 quarters. Tyler Crennan's just a great player, and I'll give him 3 votes.
Right. Jake, you boy, what do you got for us?
1 vote, Kushner. I'll have to
Kunchka?
Yep,
One to
definitely
Kushner.
1 vote through there. 2 votes for me has to go to Kerr. He was fantastic at centre half forward, and 3 votes Tyler Crennan. He was the difference there with clearances and contested ball get.
Yeah, I'm not too far away from these blokes, so I got 1 vote to Camilleri.
Yep.
I got 2 votes to Kunchka.
Yep.
And I've got 3 votes to Crennan, because I think in the first half, when games need to be won, those blokes just do things very, very well. And I reckon he would have touched the ball 20 times in the first half, and he set them up pretty nicely to win the game.
I can't even laugh and argue with you.
Yeah, well,
No.
But I'll get a chance now. You watch.
You won't. I gave 1 to Ethan Gibson. I actually thought he was fantastic. Tate Camilleri, unfortunately, didn't get a vote from me. See, Welshie, I gave 2 to Josh Kunchka. I thought you're taking on probably the premier ruckman in the league, and he beat them both. Even when O'Halloran went in, he beat them both and was very good. And actually, I think we spoke about, Dale, the game you and I called together when Grubby didn't turn up. If he starts clunking those marks, he's going to become a very good footballer, and he clunked them today.
What, just didn't turn up, you idiot?
That's a string to his bow.
Yeah, and three to me was just unanimous. Just give the boy the award, Grub. Tyler Crennan.
Well,
You're not gonna give it to him, are you?
already did that halfway through the 3rd quarter.
You should have given him a quarter time, mate. It was that good. All right, Grub, we've got some sponsors to get through, mate.
I haven't got them all. So
Okay.
you just add to what I can't.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Right.
So-
See you, Dale.
To our wonderful, wonderful sponsors, Morris Finance, go and see Martin Carter. Buckley's, well, we know what Buckley's do. De Grande Cycles, the greatest cycles in the world. Connectel, yeah, good on you. You do a great job too. If you're in the west, get up to the Yards Hotel. If you're in the east, go to the Comnafine. And, of course, if you're in town, Maury will really, really look after you at the Hotham Hotel. Victories, trophies, you're fantastic. Corio Bay Health, if you're feeling a bit sore tomorrow, get down there, they'll
I
help you.
feel sore every day.
Kempy Engineering.
What do they do, Grub?
They
What do
make
do?
things, whatever they make, they're straight.
Tin sheds.
They're fantastic. And Kempy Engineering are the best in the West. Athlete's Foot. There's a couple more.
Routley's, Promote It, Raiders, Elders Insurance.
And, of course, when you say Routley's, you say the big men fly for the Routley's pie.
Where we going next week, lads?
And North Geelong have beaten Thompson.
North Geelong have
Wow,
beaten Thompson.
jeez.
So that opens that right up. Okay, lads, next week's games. I think is only really...
Listen. Let's cut this short, right? There's 2 games. It's up to you two. We're not starting nothing. It's up to you two. There's a Bannockburn Belmont game.
Yep, Belmont.
If you blokes want to have a look at Belmont for the finals, and of course you've seen Bannockburn, you know Bannockburn. If you want to see Belmont for the finals and get a bit of a tune-up, do that. If not, we're going to go out to Belpost Hill against Winch for their past players. But I'm going to leave it up to you. If you need to see Belmont, you pick that. If you think you're going all right, we'll pick the other one. Up to you, blokes.
Good
Is that
on you,
fair
mate.
enough?
Good on you, mate. Thanks for that. Really appreciate that. Dale, what are your thoughts, mate?
I think the game at Belmont's got more relevance, unfortunately,
So do I.
at this stage. So I think that's the game to
where
go
we're
and see.
That's where we're going. We're going to Belmont.
Well,
versus-
actually, I've spoken to Cogsy.
Yep.
We're not really like there because they take a Wally's car park. And I said I wasn't going to put in, but I'm going to put in. I'm going to Belpost Hill.
All right, we're going to Belpost Hill versus Winch next week. Past players day at Belpost Hill. Looks like Grubby wants a free feed. That's why we're going there. I'll have to let Fats know to make sure the catering's there for you, mate. So we're going to Belpost Hill next week.
Righto.
Done. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to Steelo. Thank you to the boys in the band. Tyler, been great. Thank you, Jake, for coming along, mate. Really enjoyed your input. It's nice to have something where we can actually make some sense. Grubby, you enjoy the rest of your day, mate.
North Melbourne had a win too.
North Melbourne beat Richmond.
Here we go. Here we go. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks, boys. Thank you.
You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.